Start Screen Part 2.
No,
We're live now?
we're
We're
live
on
now.
the starter screen, part 2. It's time.
Live.
Funky,
I was
funky,
lied to.
funky.
We were supposed
Everybody
to
clap your
start a screen,
hands.
despite the fact that we were already on it. But we're live. Who's trying to hot mic me on a Friday? Not gonna happen. I'm ready.
That's the best time to hot mic you.
That is honestly.
I mean, you got a 5 and everything. You should know.
We're live. That's true. All right. Anyway, this is the I almost said Legion, the Legacy campaign. We're coming down to the wire.
We just started. All right.
Hydrate. I don't know.
We
how
drinking?
hot it is. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
hydrate.
we gotta hydrate.
I'm drinking.
Thank you.
I don't have
have the
Oh, hey, Red
liquids
Sage
on
was
me.
out there with
Yeah, thank you,
Carpe
Sage.
Diem.
Yeah, Sage is awesome.
Yeah.
That's actually the only way I know him is through Carpe, but Sage is dope.
Yeah.
Not except the way I said that was going to be like the unfortunate thing is he lives in the UK. That's not at all. His time zones. It's hard for me to watch his live streams, but he's great.
My sister's belligerent. What the hell was I saying? I forgot.
You're introducing us.
Yes. Anywho, campaign's winding down. They have decided to go on a heist that involves tricking or out muscling 3 demon lords. So we're gonna see how that goes. This team's real good at stealth, so I'm very excited to see what happens there. That being said, I will be in the introductions. Oh God, who should we start with? You know what? Fucking Kibbles and Bits. Why don't you kick it off for us? Kick a rhyme. Do whatever you like. Introduce yourself, sir.
Okay. All right. Hello. I am Kibbles and Bits. Apparently, I go by several names, including Kit Katendo, Kit Katonic.
Good time.
Get
Kid
different.
Mambo.
That was my yeah, but call me Kit. I play this guy right here. His name is Quinn. He is some kind of pseudo paladin pendejo, who is yes. Well, you have permission to say that word, Dubs. He, like I've said in the past, he is a paladin that's kind of weird. He doesn't really follow a god. He more or less follows a priestess, who he draws more power from than that. Kit Kat is also good, yes. But yeah, he had kind of a rocky introduction because he did some stupid ass shit within the first 5 minutes of joining the group. He keeps touching shit, is what I mean, which is not a good thing. You learn that as a little kid not to do that, but apparently he didn't. But yeah, I'm gonna pass it off to the man holding the cat right now. Flandy, go ahead.
Hello. My name's Flandy. This is Loki. He just got yelled at because he was playing with his litter box. And he's not supposed to do that. But he does that to get attention sometimes. But that's beside the point. I'm playing Rollum. He's a Furbolg, and he has classes that are complicated because Nenners gave him a lot of shit. In a good way, I guess. I don't know. Things are weird. We going on a mission and doing things. And Sophisticated Joe, take it away.
Oh my god.
We're going on a mission.
It is true. It's playing the only substantive amount of class. Well, Euphemy's also here, and compared to the rest of you, for sure, classy as shit. But also classy in her own right without the comparison. But I'm Joe, and I'm playing Theron, and he's a half-elf rogue artificer, doing his best to bring some class to the end of the world. And even though he got outvoted, circumstances pushed us in a direction, and I ain't mad at it. I'm better at heist than fighting dragons. But when I'm not here doing this, I'm on Sundays playing with Dispel Logic, where we're about to receive the rewards for several trials at the Past of God, and moving on. You're making a face, Foos, and I don't appreciate it.
And in case you didn't know, Joe once again is a paladin.
That's neither here nor there.
Hey, Nenners, when is Joe going to be a paladin in our campaign?
He's running out of levels, but if you want to go be a level 1 paladin, when you talk to Mystra, you can maybe arrange something.
I'm sitting here on 3 boons. I'm almost a paladin. I'm making deals with all sorts of people.
Yep.
Oh shit! Did we get the techno? You know what? I'll ask that when we're done playing. I should stop talking and let Foos talk because I've introduced myself now.
Mission success.
Hello. I'm Foos. I play Revia. She is a barbarian ranger. And I'm very distracted because our cat just tried to get behind something that he absolutely can't fit behind. And Dubs was extracting him from that. So everything's fine, thankfully. Both Nubs and Dubs are good. But I have to get back into angry mindset. But I'm very happy to be back. And yeah, we're going on a heist that she's not excited to be on at all. She just really wanted to stab a dragon. But here we are, about to heist instead. And with that, I'll pass it to Dubs, who is now sitting down. And I didn't do my thing. Oops. Okay. Can you tell us about Karasu?
Trying. Hello. I'm the Dubs, father of the Nubs, husband to the Foos, player of Karasu, a Kenku fighter, battle master, character, class and samurai character, yeah. And he just pokes and stabs things. How's it going yet?
Just Maya. I think.
Maya.
Yeah.
Spit fire. Spit them slappy fire.
Whoosh. That is the sound of the fire being spat.
What are you doing?
Whoosh. Nubs is catting. That's what he's doing. You have to accept it. Hi, I am Maya. I play Femi. She is a druid, probably an arch druid at some point. She's also a changeling, so sometimes she changes into a druid, and other times she is a druid and she changes into other things as a druid. But other times she changes into things just as a changeling. There's a lot of changing. Seasonal. But that aside, yeah, we're gonna heist so we can save a goddess of magic so she can help us punch out a guy who really likes Totinos a whole lot. And that's my story in relation to the group. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pass it to pure darkness of the golden ore. Take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, that is my lover recast. And to do a recap, the team was trying to decide how best to deal with the end times. We were given an option to just confront Dragoth in the heavens or descend into the hells and free Mystra in order to restore balance to the weave. And through kind of a really roller coaster votes and turns of events, they are going to the hells. So they are currently traveling with one of the daughters of Mystra, Layrel, and are in the Ardeep Forest at the moment, having just informed the druids of what their plan is. And I believe they were going to make the final decision as to where they were going to do it, because within this decision, they have two others, as the Furbog Lizard, Warlock, has some friends who could also get them to where they need to go. But Layrel has a location that she mentioned that could get them there as well. So I believe that brings us to that particular moment. So she's more or less asking for direction. She's unaware, I would say. Well, no, you did hint that you had options, but she doesn't know the extent of them.
What? I thought we gave her the full rundown.
I remember her finding it distasteful.
Oh, you're right. You are correct. Okay. Oh no, the hang up was you guys didn't tell her everything.
What do you mean we didn't tell her everything?
Did you not?
Everything?
No, you didn't tell the Nexels everything. That's what it was.
Correct.
Some people don't know
Yeah,
why
you lied to somebody. I just couldn't remember who it was. It was the Nexels.
We didn't lie. We just omitted certain pieces of information until the other party was in agreement.
There's like a specific name for that kind of lie, my guy. You used the name. It's omission.
Oh god. All right. So, is the idea that you're going to the Nexels?
I don't know if we settled on it. Also, hi, Carpe. What's up? That's called a well-timed truth.
An incredible way of phrasing that.
That is amazing.
Oh, that's
I like that.
But yeah, as a team, I don't know if we really settled on something, did we?
Roland didn't care. He
know
was
the
just laid out the options.
So I'll explain what the current options that you have. You can go with Layrel and her, because the realm of Ravia's father is literally just an endless maze, and she can get you somewhat close using her contacts essentially to get you there, and using Ravia's blood to get there essentially. If you use the Nexels, they can use both Ravia and Layrel's blood to get you very close. But there's the question of what would they do with Layrel's blood, that kind of thing, because they are trustworthy to a degree. Like, they're not gonna hurt you or do anything bad to you guys, but they might have some ulterior motives as well. So that was the lie of omission or strategic truth or whatever you want to call it. That was on the table, but you can keep the Nexels out of it and have to travel a further distance, or loop them in and get dropped down closer to.
Either way, my blood is being used.
Either way, Ravia is going to have to donate some blood.
For sure.
I would also like to remind the folks here that traditional magic is cut off, as Kit rolled a natural 1 on a D100 for the Badometer, and unfortunately,
We got to bring that up, man.
That means magic is cut off for an indeterminate amount of time.
I think we should. Well, we shouldn't risk Layrel. She's an ally and a new one at that.
Yeah. I think Ravia would be leaning towards. I think Ravia would mention that if we, at the very least, put it on the table so Layrel knows what she's doing, but tell her that it's likely going to make it easier for us, and she's not going to be the one to tell her either. But at least let her know what that option is.
I thought we already did that, though, is what I'm saying. Like, we laid that out. Like, hey, this will get us closer, but we don't know what the fuck they're going to do with your blood afterwards. And she was all like, oh, well, it's the price I'm willing to pay.
That is sounding familiar now.
It does sound familiar.
Sandy, you cray.
Are we old?
Yes.
Yes!
Everybody is.
I'm on Team Greybeard. Blaney's having joint issues. We're there.
Ligament and cartilage.
Well, not knowing what they might do, they're certainly a smaller threat than what we now face. Without knowing exactly how much closer, it is hard to judge. But I would not want to impose and ask for your blood directly, but it is an option. I believe we will get through either way.
Are you sure you want to come? Roland saying to Ravia. You don't have to be a part of this if you don't want to.
I don't think it matters.
If it gets us closer, it is time sensitive, and just from a slightly strategic point of view, the longer you take, the longer our allies are facing the Wrath and Dragoff while you were there, just as a FYI. The time in the Abyss is not a one-to-one here, just also so you know. but it's also chaotic given the nature of the realms. So it could speed up, it could slow down.
Then we should get there soon. I think she'll look at Roland. How exactly do we get to the next levels from here?
Well, I still can't do magic. Mr. Spider can, Miss Spider, I'm sorry, can open a portal.
She
Although-
can't because she doesn't know where that is.
That's where Roland's looking at this. Like, although I don't have magic, so I can't show her where we're going. Well,
Are you
place
any
phone
good at
call.
drawing?
Imagine.
No,
We are
just
here.
get the picture of
Big X crowns,
get the
blue
picture.
line.
Quinn's been just reading a book this whole fucking time. He's like, "Do you know how to draw?"
Not well enough for your Spider.
Unfortunate.
End up on the east coast of Faerun.
Fairly certain that's not how it works either.
Then it's
Yes.
when Roland talked to the Nexus, did they say? I know they said their power was like limited, but did they say they could bring us to them?
I believe they communicated to you that they could bring you to them.
Okay. Did they explain how?
No.
Awesome.
You would imagine. Actually, give me an Arcana check. First roll of the night.
First roll of the night.
Let's see that nat one.
Excuse you.
Arcamanas.
Nice
not
fucking
start.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Good indeed.
Just knowing the Nexels and the fact that they're kind of a little PO'd at the moment, given the magic snafu that's happening, it's probably going to involve a lot of blood to get you guys there.
So I would recommend the place where we were ported, where we met with Cardoon. How far away was that from the Nexels via Cardoon?
You're just flying on a dragon's back?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
gosh.
gonna do some mental math. Part of it's also underground, so you're not going to be flying the whole way. I'd say like at least a few hours, like travel time, 3 to 4, because they're not.
All right. So Roland will kind of, well, we can potentially hitch a ride from Mr. Cardoon if your spider lady can get us to where we met Cardoon. I believe it's a couple hours of a trek from there. Otherwise, the only means of teleportation is going to involve a lot of blood, and I assume it would be from us.
I would say they would have to cast it on their end, which means it would have to be locally sourced.
Oh, okay. So it's going to require a lot of blood, and I don't know where they're getting it from.
If time in the abyss doesn't quite work on this time, it might just be better that we get there. To the abyss, that is. As mentioned, the time that we take planning and trying to figure out how to get to the Nexus to get us closer is taking valuable time here.
So we can request the blood teleport and deal with the ramifications later and get there immediately. Relatively
Can
close to.
you meet with them right now?
Yes.
Even though
Pull out
magic
the
is down?
coin. He'll pull out the coin. Requires blood magic, but
It's not
You see a
bad.
fresh cut on his thumb.
Mm-hmm.
It's that bad juju stuff.
Then reach out. We have to go. And soon.
Hamana.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anime flip, toying flip, blood, sacrifice, catch the coin.
Hate it. Hate it. I hate it.
I'm calling on you.
As you put in your blood into the coin and its various kind of machinations begin to spin, you see a kind of slightly, like obviously scaled down version of Kayao in like a blood form show up in front of you, and it's just blood. There's no it's like a 3D kind of model of him, but there's no texture other than blood. But have you made a decision? Because we're a little busy on this end, and well, we need to allocate our resources.
Yes, sir. I think we're ready. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 passengers.
Medium-sized creatures.
One of them, no offense, is large. Might even be considered monstrous.
Large.
I think 8 is the right number, right?
She's not that big.
How large
Oh,
are we
9. I forgot about the spider.
And
Although, if you have a way to display an image of where we are going, we do have a spider that might be able to teleport us there.
You're saying a lot of words. None of them make sense.
Well, I legitimately think Roland's trying to think of what language would be easier for them to understand.
Yeah. You've captured a phase spider. And you want to teleport it here?
It has the capability to teleport all of us for low energy, if you will. However, it needs to know what the area looks like to teleport us there.
Given the fractal nature of our temple, I don't think it's going to necessarily enjoy. Well,
regardless, whatever way is easier for you, just let me know, and he'll explain all of our passengers.
Okay. Are you including Cardoon?
I didn't think he was coming on the heist with us.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know.
I mean, if he wants to come.
We're gonna fuck this maze over so fast. We got a whole ass gold dragon, freshly healed.
Gold dragon. All right. All right. Well, I will need you to make a circle. Use the coin and the blood in it to draw out a circle large enough to put all of you in there, and then we will commence the teleportation.
Roland's doing quick blood calculations if he's going to go unconscious before he finishes drawing the circle with his.
How many gills do you need?
I'd reckon.
How many gills he got? He is probably the humanoid with the most gills of blood in him right now. Do it.
I will say for game mechanics, you can, if you have any still in your hemo globe, you can use that as well.
Oh, he has 10 pints in there still.
Yeah, you can pour that onto the coin as you do it.
No, full disclosure, he's not currently attuned to it. Can he still do that?
Yeah, it still has blood in it.
Okay, so yeah, then he'll kind of like.
You just couldn't cast spells through it. Yeah, exactly. You could use it as
start making his.
Okay.
However much he needs to do.
What a casual ass remark. I still have enough blood to make up one adult.
As you watch Roland pull out a stylized, miniaturized skull, which is just pouring blood out of it into the coin from which Kayao had manifest, begins to kind of draw out the circle. Obviously, I assume explaining to you guys that you need to stand in it. Give me a slight performance check just to see how we pull this off a little bit. Really more for comedy purposes than anything. It's you know how to draw a circle. It shouldn't be too hard.
You had to say something. He had to say something. Shouldn't be too hard, he says.
I mean, it's a
It
little,
shouldn't be too hard.
it's a little
Shouldn't be too
fun-
hard.
Yeah. It's not what someone would call a perfect circle. There's some gaps that he had to go back over a couple of times just to really seal the deal. It's kind of like when like a 3 or 4-year-old tries to do a circle, and it's like full fist on the crayon.
Oh my
Not
God.
exactly. Sometimes overshading in certain areas, but yeah, I'd say it's serviceable with your just passive kind of arcana. All right, so is anyone piling into the circle?
I
I
suppose.
believe everybody is.
Okay. All right, with everybody on there, and you hear some kind of grumbling from D'Artagnan, who's like, "Oh, this is just absolutely foul."
Oh, he's coming too, right?
yeah, he promised he'd
Yeah.
go. But yeah, he's just not happy about this at all. But kind of lifts up his robe a little bit to make sure he doesn't get any on as he walks into the circle.
Rolla will just kind of like, "Don't worry, brother. I will take care of the blood magic, so you don't have to in these dark times."
Does Deep know you're doing this?
It's the only magic that works. And yes,
Look, I understand. It's still foul.
well, I'm sure there's more magics that work, but it's one of the only magics that work.
All right, so you're all piled in.
I want you to realize that I responded and replied to a lot of things. And then I realized that I was actually unconscious and woke up. This mattress.
Welcome back.
I was role playing my ass off. It was great.
Those of you who are there begin to kind of, you get this feeling of just sinking into the ground, and you see some of your companions give some very concerned looks as they begin to kind of fall in. But as they do, the ring stays strong, and as they go down as you fall in, the blood kind of rims the hole that you're sinking into, and it begins to kind of almost go into a bit of a free fall. Ever been in an elevator that just goes down a little too fast? That is the motion that you guys now have for the next 30 seconds, as you are like essentially free falling through the world as it was. And if you look down, you begin to see very familiar of Nexal architecture with like the kind of the blocks and the kind of stylized animals and things like that, but just kind of rotating in and out, almost like an Inception thing where they're kind of creating own structures and then deconstructing and spiraling in and spiraling out. It's a bit dizzying to the point where I'm going to have all of you roll me Constitution saves to see if you guys can hold down whatever your last meal was.
I'm holding on to Zolanini.
A reminder you're in
like when his
Quindora.
feet aren't on terra firma.
You are also in Quinn's aura. That is true.
Oh shit!
Castle looks fine.
Wait,
So that's a
Why is it a 6?
Heal the
Is
spider
aura-
love, my friend.
Your aura is a 5, right?
Feet.
Okay. I was like, that was
Oh,
a
for the love of Shiva.
Oh.
Old 20 is crapping out on me tonight.
Oh.
I'm saying that like
give
it
it a
only does
minute.
it tonight.
Woo!
You have to be
Oh, shit.
patient.
all right. Everyone's
25 minutos later. There you go.
17 plus 11.
Let's go.
Rolling can.
Can.
Okay.
Go out of my way to make
And-
the
Let's go.
only classy
Okay.
individual, and then Nether's going to have him be the only one that blows chunks.
I like that.
No, I thought you couldn't roll anything below a 10.
you're not the only one.
Ooh.
You could blow chunks with class.
Yikes.
The classy folks are the only ones who are blowing chunks.
So it's you can get to the queasy part without throwing up, and that's kind of where Theron is. You're just
Having a
you're not
bad
gonna
time.
throw up, but you're having a terrible time, and it is vertigo, just not like very very strong amounts of vertigo. You're beginning to lose sense of where you are, and it's really more nauseating than it is like I must vomit. Unfortunately, not the same for poor D'Artagnan, who almost immediately doubles over and is trying to keep his hair back and just trying to hold in the unfortunate inevitable as he loses a bit of his lunch on the way down. which kind of grotesquely goes up because you guys are going down. So whether that is going to come back to haunt you, you'll find out. But this lovely kind of horrible radial roller coaster does come to an end after a couple of minutes, and you find yourselves within the kind of stylized temple of the Nexels, with Kayao kind of standing in front of you, somewhat expectant until he glances at D'Artagnan and just kind of gives a smirk at the situation.
I would recommend relocating, sir.
He kind of moves back and then, just hits the ground. Yeah, in a mess, and he's just, why did I agree to this?
We really
Welcome?
need to get out of the house more.
I disagree. If it's anything like this, I disagree strongly. But Kyle, welcome to our temple. I believe you need transport to the Abyss. And then looks at Revia. We will need a donation from you in order to make this work.
Yeah, you'll have it.
And was there anybody else you wanted to add to help with this particular endeavor?
Everyone stares at Layrell.
And you as well, then. And he kind of bows down lightly, and Layrell, that is fine. It's been discussed. Just tell me where, and he'll kind of motion towards kind of like a stone bench where you guys can all kind of sit down. It's one of those ones that kind of goes in a circle, so you can kind of like make yourselves comfortable more or less. All right. He pulls out his dagger. Who's first?
Revia will step up.
All right.
She's gonna offer like.
Enthusiastic is he about this? This is the crazy knife guy, right?
No, Crazy Knife Guy isn't here. It's so far it's just Kayao in this room. I don't know if Roland explained it, but they are very busy, so he's the one who spending his time there. But this isn't Crazy Zacharias guy. Revia, you said you were gonna do what?
She's offering her forearm because she's like, I don't know how this goes. Because every time she's seen blood magic being used, Roland was draining it from bodies. So she's like, I'm not sure what you need, but she just steps up and offers her forearm.
As he's coming up, he coats. You see him take out like a rag and just kind of coat the blade with something. This is for the pain. You look tough. It shouldn't be a problem for you. And then he'll just kind of, in the way like a doctor holds your hand, not like delicately, but more like studying. Yeah. So you don't. It just kind of gives you like a 2-inch incision on your arm that goes probably like a 1/4 inch deep. And then with his free hand, or with the knife hand, is going to begin to kind of articulate some of the blood out of you. I would say, give me a perception check. Or do you have medicine?
I was gonna say, Revia hasn't seen her own blood in a minute, so she was fully gonna like study this as it happens and just see. I am absolutely not proficient in medicine, but I do have good wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah,
if you go ahead.
All right. Think. All right,
okay.
So
It's a solid cup of blood. That he ends up pulling out of you, or essentially, and as he does so, you notice that your blood is very dark. It is incredibly deep crimson to the point where it's almost black. As he's pulling that out, and then it just kind of hovers in a kind of oscillating sphere next to him. That's one. Who's up for? Who's Layrell, right? And just walks up and does the same thing, offers her forearm, maybe thinking that's how it's done, or just kind of mimicking you.
Yes. That's racist. She thinks all tieflings know how to do blood magic. No. Revia is just kind of staring at the wound and
I will say, Revia, you notice it was like outside of the initial pinch, once it actually like penetrated, it wasn't bad. Whatever he put on that knife definitely numbed what would have been a normal, unpleasant cut. Not painful for the likes of someone like you, but
I was gonna say for her, I feel like it's fucking.
I was really waiting
Yeah.
for him to describe how painful it was, because what he wiped on there for the pain was to make it worse. That's what
just to make it worse.
Yeah. This is just covered in salt and alcohol.
It's just salt and lemon juice. It's just
Jeez. Oh god, no.
It's our homemade
She's
mix
just
here.
staring at it.
Damn it, our
Did
poisons are expired again.
you check the date?
You wouldn't think a pain numbing potion would be made of salt and lemon juice, but there it is. You just can't let it go bad.
You watch as he casts prestidigitation on the knife and then recoats it for Layrel and does the exact
Roll
same
of studying how the fuck he just did that.
Arcana check.
Where's my mouse? There it is.
Blood magic, obviously.
Ooh.
You just rub a little blood on there and it gets clean.
As he did that, there's a brief kind of flash of magic, or like a aura over his mask that he wears, which seemed to either activate something or pull magic from that particular item. And knowing what these guys are, it was definitely some kind of stored blood magic in some way. It just wasn't.
Yeah, you ever use blood magic to cast prestidigitation?
Yep, that's what they're doing. But same exact thing kind of pulls out the orb, but her blood is much lighter in comparison. And there's a nice kind of dichotomy between the two orbs. But after he's done, he puts up the figure, and I can heal your wounds now or give you bandages if you prefer to have it seen by a healer of your choice.
Bandage is fine.
Okay, so he kind of didn't expect that. Give me a moment. Goes back, and there's a kind of satchel on a table back where he's just kind of pulling out all kinds of manner of like really sharp, devious-looking tools, but eventually finds a roll of bandages and brings them back and hands them to you.
Wrap herself up.
Okay. And we'll just use your medicine check that you just used for that, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Help with that?
Sure, if you want to roll medicine check, you can absolutely do that.
That's Euphemia. She wants to help bandage you because she don't want the healing magic. So she wants to help in another way. I'm conscious, guys.
I believe you.
Yay.
But I'm not
Rafia, you
moving
had it
very-
on pretty good, but she tightens it a little too much. Your left hand is a little numb at the moment, but she meant well.
I think Ravia's gonna like just say thank you to her and then turn around and just like flex her forearms until she stretches it enough so she has a little more breathing room. Yeah. Quietly
yes,
clutching her hand.
Usually better with this. Sorry.
Don't apologize. It's fine.
Layrel takes the heal, and you watch as her wound kind of seals up. And since you're already looking at him, the mask once again flashes. All right, now that that's done, I'm going to need a few minutes to prepare the blood. If you'd like, you can wait in the altar room. I'll show you where that is. Or you can stay here with me while I do that, and then we'll all go together.
I'll stay here.
Anything I can do to help?
You know where Roland's going. He needs to see how that blood do.
No, unfortunately, this has to be done by a singular mind. Otherwise, well, there's a lot of layers in the abyss, to put it bluntly. Any layer of inaccuracy will see you in a plane you probably don't want to be on. So, I'm gonna get to work. And he kind of steps back and begins to chant, and it looks like manipulate the blood for these two things. Kind of
Okay.
Holy crap! What the?
begins to kind of string them out, almost into chords, and begin to weave kind of arcane runes around them while that happens, through this kind of ancient Mesoamerican kind of native language that I don't think anyone outside of Rolam hasn't really heard this extensively before. I don't think, yeah, that's pretty much. Nobody has tongues because magic is dead, so yeah, you all unfortunately don't understand it. But as that is happening, Layrel kind of turns to face you. All right, well, I guess it's underway. I do want to stress a couple of things. We potentially are facing 3 demon lords, hopefully not at the same time. I trust you all have magic items of sufficient strength, mainly because if Jubilex is the jailer, he is rumored to have an aura that simply corrodes anything around him. So magic items are more or less immune to this particular thing, but the mundane will likely break down.
Well, the primary issue at the moment is that magic does not suffuse said items.
Well, I think we discussed that it should work in the Abyss.
It will work when you're in the Abyss. Just if you had, I don't know, a belt or shoes or something that might disintegrate in inopportune times. It is my active theory that they used Jubilex as the jail itself because of his ability to manipulate this aura. It's possible he's using it to actively weaken Mystra, and hopefully won't be as potent when you get there. But should things come to blows, that is something to think about. Grast, if he should show up, is a seducer, manipulator. He will promise you decadence and all kinds of indulgence while you were there. You wouldn't be the first mortal to fall for it, but it is something to be made very, very much aware of. In addition to this, he is also a very, well, rumored to be at least, a very, very skilled combatant. So I would not... all of his power is not in manipulation. Kit, your mechanical keyboard is very loud, sir. Thank you.
All right.
You're good. And she kind of turns and looks at Ravaya. Baphomet is obviously extremely physically imposing and dangerous. But despite his brutish nature, perhaps, at least in appearance, he is probably the most intelligent of the 3. Not really known for scheming so much as what's the word I'm looking for? It's not plotting, but just he's known for his ambition and inventing things and creating items or magics to bridge the gap between things that he wants and things that he doesn't have.
Right. I think she kind of looks at her own sword at the mention of that.
That does look like his handiwork.
It is.
I do wish to warn you, should you unfortunately come to blows with your father, I doubt that sword is going to do anything for you.
I'm well aware. The problem is I don't have enough time to settle on another sword. So for now, it will do until I come across him.
Interesting. I do want to at least warn you that this isn't the first goddess that Grast has held in captivity. And I'm going to let you guys roll me religion checks. See
This team?
if you can figure this out.
Mm-hmm. Here
Did
comes the embarrassing train. What the? Plus 15?
Oh, that is something got
Spider
turned on.
Boon!
Yeah, that was that is to a different skill.
Right on.
Oh, fucking Flandy is dead. Please don't die, my man.
Just the 15.
You have so much to live for.
What's rolling gonna
Can I roll religion for the spider?
Is that a 0? For...
Someone rolled a natural 2, -2 for 0.
Yep.
He's like, yes, it's religion.
He's like, yeah, that's correct. Wait, what?
I really would have loved the opposite of that, a nat 20 from Zolan, and be like, oh yes, I know this time. Hold on, Ravaya, let me tell you the story.
I genuinely only rolled him for laughs, and he delivered. Thank you.
Yep, that was amazing. All right, so
Can I roll the spider or no?
Yeah. Well, I would say yes, but disadvantage. Well, no, because this is. No, it is. It's lore, not of
Watch
your
Nunners
realm,
just
so.
do this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, well, I was like,
I'm just wondering.
he doesn't know about it. And they're like, oh, but it's demons. But it's like, no, but it's demons plus like, somebody from here. So
Wrong
yeah.
You're
demon.
good. That is very funny.
Roll disadvantage, please.
Yeah. Disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
What? Okay, so roll 2.
Yeah, roll 2, take the lowest.
Okay. Ooh!
All right.
It's pretty good.
Badass spider guy.
Okay. Joey, yours is a natural 15 plus.
Mine is a 13 plus 2.
Okay, all right.
That
so
was a thing that was checked and should have been.
This is kind of a deep cut, so you guys are unfortunately aren't going to get everything, but there was rumors of the goddess of business and gold and greed to a lesser degree being hosted by that, and I'm going to use your own personal knowledge on that.
Genuinely the only person who would know. Like, it's kind of good Theron rolled the way he did.
I don't know if your poor spider would know who this is by name, but
Just
somebody who's
the only person I can think of is Mammon, and that's not necessarily that's A, a demon, and B, masculine rather than feminine based on your language, so I ain't got an answer.
I will say, from a meta perspective, you ran upon one of her one of her little stations in Baldur's Gate early on.
You mean the game?
Yep.
Okay, I thought you meant like in this campaign. I was like, bitch, we never been to Baldur's Gate. What the fuck you talking about? Okay,
I know who he is, but I can't say anything because you're really stupid.
It's also something that we mispronounced so bad it turns into something else.
So that's Joaquin's Rest or whatever. We hawking.
I'm fairly certain I know what it is, but I don't think our characters do.
That's for Joe.
Right? Like with that's for Joe.
Yeah, Theron.
I mean, there's the Zentarum is a group. I don't know if they're named after somebody, but Joaquin is the location. Yeah.
Joaquin is the goddess, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The goddess of wealth and merchantry. Yes. So yeah, she was at some point a guest of Grass, and unfortunately, that's pretty much where the details end. But she comes back to her point. So he's experienced in these things, so I would expect countermeasures. It won't be something that you can easily pluck.
Did
What
you
was
need a weapon, Ravaya?
No, I have plenty. It just takes an hour for me to use one to its fullest potential, which we don't have.
so? The plan is to sneak as quietly as you can, I assume, to my mother.
Yeah, you got any tips?
You know, humble roll of
Totally
my. I've never been to the abyss. Ravaya, I do want to warn you that sometimes when tieflings go to the plains, the home plains of their sires, they often take on the traits of their bloodline. I don't know what that will mean for you, but if you start to feel strange, at least let us know.
I'm sure you'll notice, but yeah.
Ravaya just turns into a minotaur.
Is there something on my face?
Did you change your hair?
Oh god. And as she's just trying to inform you as best she can, this is, well, it's too late to say goodbyes to anyone that you're close to, but I just want you all to be ready for what's likely going to be the fight of your lives.
With that being like said out loud, Roland's just gonna kind of look at D'Artagnan and give him the like, now's your chance to back out, buddy eyes.
He's still like, but like not as overt, like someone who actually has a bit of like class and etiquette training. But you can tell he's he's still trying to woosah his way out of his queasy stomach. But he catches your look and. If this fails, I don't go back to anything. So we're here. As that scene more or less fades away, you hear, "Oh,
Are we? Pull out his orb, even though it's probably not going to work right now. It's like, are we both going to be able to utilize Aunt Deep?
yeah, well, yes, yeah. Her essence is simply split into two." And she just stops as he says that. The Shoth are ultimately an ooze. Of which Jubilex has domain over. He's currently the guy doing math in his head meme. Like
It's a lady.
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's the dude from The Hangover.
Ah, yes.
I think that was the
Oh, you
original
did that
one we
one.
posted on the
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah, because he's not clueless. He's actually doing the math.
Because he was trying to
Yeah.
Yeah.
spam.
I always think of the lady.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't think we should.
You don't think we should have an issue, or you don't think we should bring her?
The latter. But I don't know if Jubilex will have the ability to manipulate anything other than the goddess he is retaining. We're in one of those strange situations where if he decides to try to manipulate it, then perhaps Mystra could bring her power to bear to help us.
Maybe it's the extra edge we'll need. I'm sure she has an escape plan should she need it.
You can tell he's very reticent about the whole situation. How did I miss this?
I'm glad you're here because I would have missed it completely.
Say, Manners, you've probably done this already, but since we're not on the prime material plane anymore, we can magics again, right?
No, we're still there.
You're still on the prime material.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna sit down and shut up then.
All right. Well,
we're in Nexeltropolis.
I do have a bag of holding. I could just throw them in there, I guess. As I imagine you do as well. Cat.
I can't
the
hear
attack
it.
kitty.
It's purring. Okay. Nubs is laughing. I'm petting him.
Yeah. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss before we? Any strategies I should be made aware of?
I'm just wondering if
go ahead.
No, go.
Roland will just take a little bit of time as we're waiting on the ritual thing to kind of walk through what he knows about everybody as far as fighting styles. Theron has been very resourceful. He's been doing this, and this. Karasu's probably going to go for something along these lines here. Ravaya, if Zolan's in trouble, she's going to do everything she can to save Zolan. But those two look really well together. He likes digging a lot. If you see a tunnel pop up underneath you, usually he's pulling you to safety. Euphemi, she just heals me. That's all she does. She really doesn't have any other ability.
Just me, no one else.
That's not true. I also call Rolo's a piece of shit.
And I usually tank. Usually say the bad words, but I imagine Ravaya might take some of the heat in this scenario. I don't know. Or maybe our new friend, Lay, not Rel. No, Layrel, yeah.
You had it.
My brain keeps slipping Lazel and Layrel, and I'm like, which one is it?
Yeah. Yep. It's Dazel.
Ravaya, give me one last. I'm going to say either survival or history check, just to see if you can ascertain what you might face with these three. Because you are you're literally a demon hunter, so.
Does that mean I get advantage, Manners?
I will say advantage because this is.
Let's go.
Personally, I think you should get double advantage because she's a demon hunter and also a demon hunter, a hunter who is a demon. So it works twice.
Yeah.
24. Very nice.
She's the blade of this universe.
It's the worst.
What the heck is that? Hi, buddy. How long?
So, with that 24, obviously, with your father, minotaurs and things of that ilk are essentially what's expected, right? If especially in his maze, you're absolutely at some point either going to come close to one or see one. Those are the kind of sentinels of his domain. In regards to Grast, he is known for his Marilith escorts. So those lovely serpentine, six-armed demons who are usually very well armed, and if they're with Grast, they tend to be on the more experienced side of things. So not your kind of run of the mill situation. Not that a run of the mill Marilith is not a threat, but likely something higher. In addition to that, the other ones that you would have to worry about from Grast would be larger oozes, essentially. Although oozes tend to be on the mindless side, so there's a good chance they might not be as prevalent, just because they would just start eating everything. Also, they have the potential to eat through some of the maze's walls, which you're sure your father probably would not enjoy. So, yeah, that's likely less of an issue. Maybe one or two of his elites might be in the vicinity, but those are some of the potential foes that you would anticipate fighting based off of the demon lords that are involved.
Okay. I think she'll relay the base information she has about that. And then also, actually, I don't want to do my next part. I do have something I want to do, but I know Kit wanted to say something. So I'm going to give him
I'm just wondering if Quinn got anything from reading the big-ass book.
Specifics, my man. Which book are we talking about?
The one you got from Miss Priestess.
Ah, okay. That was the one on gods, right? Are you starting front to back, or are you just like drop the book, let it open, and you just started reading?
No, I think front to back is what he would have done.
Okay.
Because he's a dumbass, yeah.
Like it's okay. So it'll start with gods that start with A. And since you are from Galarian, that would be Aedan, I believe. Not mistaken. Arodin, Aradin, that's what it is. So you would have learned about Aradin, who is probably one of the more beneficent gods of that particular realm. Was a human that ascended, eventually sacrificed himself to a degree in order to save the world. Seems a bit much, but he definitely stopped a lot of things from happening, and also laid the groundwork for Iomade and some of her, some of the gods within this. So Iomade specifically, but some of the angels in his cohort to also go that way. So I would say, and the time that, because it hasn't been a terribly long time, I'd say you probably would have read up very heavily on him.
All right.
Especially if you're just reading it front to back, because it's just gonna be. It goes if you're, you would know from just the index. It goes by realm and god. So you're currently in Galarian, and you're reading about the gods there. Toril is also one of the ones you could read about. There's other worlds as well, if you wanted to flip through and go through those.
Okay. Let us read on the Mystra while we have time.
You're gonna read up on Mystra, okay? Right. Let me see. Give me an intelligence check, please.
Wait, why you gotta make me roll this shit, man? Okay.
Because it's a tabletop game, man. You gotta roll some dice.
You asked about reading a book. Did you want to roll athletics?
Yeah, exactly. You asked about reading a book.
Oh, no, a 2.
I think you should let him, and he just has to let out a muscular grunt every time he turns a page.
You have great respect for your priestess, and apparently she does for you as well. And the book that she has given you is a little bit above your reading level, and there's a lot of big words that you're seeing. And you're like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
What language is it in, actually? Is it in his native language, or is it in common?
It's in his native, your native tongue.
It's okay. You fit right in here with this crew.
Yeah, you're kind of rusty.
Actually, does he know that Roland can read languages or no?
The pause between read and other languages was
I would say passively. He doesn't make you don't make a habit of hiding when you can read other things, for the most part. And I'm trying to think if you've try to be sneaky with it, really. But no, you've seen Roland.
Nah. Usually he's like, I can read that.
Yeah, he's usually one of the first to like get his hands on something and like understand it.
Okay, I think when he starts struggling with the big words here, he'll be like, "Hey, Roland, can you come here for a minute? What does this word mean?"
Well, it says
You have no
This
idea
report
because it's a
here.
magic thing, right? You're
it's one of his invocations. I don't know if those are active or not. I imagine not.
yeah, unfortunately. Well, oh shit. Yeah, because your connection to
Oberon.
I almost said Iomade. Oberon is
Wow.
severed. Yeah, your connection
I do
to
like Iomade. That's a good one.
Normally, I would say yes. Ask me again in the abyss.
You can't read it.
Not at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I mean, to be fair, neither can you really. But the
I mean, he can read. He knows the word. He just doesn't know what it
Bunch of
means.
dumb boys in the corner.
yeah.
Dumb boy, this is a whole ass language he's never even seen. Nobody on this
Dumb
planet's
boys.
seen. Get out of here.
This word big can read.
Oh.
No, wait till
Come back
this.
already.
Okay.
I will say the one thing you do pick up from your two is that Mystra could shape changes at will. Typically. And some people report her as shape changing constantly, and others as reporting her as like a wisp or something like that. So she tends to be mercurial and very kind of say chaotic is not really like fluid. I think is probably the better way of putting it.
Mercurial I think is a word that's too big for him, but okay.
But yeah, she's not one to stay static in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Literally in this case. But I'll say that's what you get with the two.
All right, with a tube. All right.
Say,
Lizzie, go ahead.
nurse.
Yes.
What is the shadow status?
The shadow status.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. There's nothing. And I think like the Nexels are on the material plane, but they're shifted off. Like they're not. It's not a straight line to them from the main part of the plane. You know, you're like in some kind of fractal dimension of. That's when you first met them. You could barely see them because they were technically not. Yeah, so
So it's not reaching us here.
Correct. You are, and possibly ever, depending on where you on how clever they might try to get. But it would take the Shadow Queen quite a bit to actually figure out how to get into where you are now.
Cool. Very good.
Nennis,
Yes.
Oh, good.
did we get the antecedent spoon yet, or do we have to like finish that phone call?
I was gonna leave. In meta terms,
We got a handout for it.
yeah, you have I gave you the information of the boon, and you guys just decide who gets what. Essentially, it was gonna be like magic. Like you decide, hey, I want this boon, and you get it. Essentially,
Did it go to everybody, or was it just a certain amount of people?
it was just between you and Theron, because you're the only two who offered service.
Theron, the boon collector.
That shit's already on my sheet.
Yeah, so make sure that's applied.
Very relevant to my next thought. These guys don't like that magic is gone. What are the odds they got a boon? Tossed my way. I'm 90% joking, but if they've got something, I'll take it.
I mean, let me get him on the screen here. But you're not
Man, this is a tough call. Which one do I do?
Because I realize you probably.
No, it's a strong boon. I feel you.
Why does it always drop agonizing blast from a fucking Eldritch Blast net? This is bullshit.
I don't know how to do it.
Every time.
Every time. The rage.
Every time you cast Eldritch Blast, I just remember Longfinger Lady. I was aiming behind you. I was trying to hit you. Come on.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna be canceled. Foos, you said you wanted to do something before we cut you off rudely.
Yeah, no, that's all good. She's going to. We only have Kayao is doing the spell right now, right?
Correct.
Is there any other Nexel in the room, or are we just gifted with his presence right now?
It's just you're just gifted with the mighty Kayao's presence.
Lovely Kayao. Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to interrupt him, but if she just kind of looked around the room, or even because he mentioned that like they could wait in another room or whatever.
Yes.
She's just gonna go on a quick like walkabout and see if she can see any of the others that they met, like Kia or like genuinely any of the others that she knows of.
Okay.
And just see if she can see any of them.
The only other room you could see like thresholds that are currently like barred by like bricks, or stonework. Bricks is too kind of whatever, but it's like intricate stonework. It's clearly something that can be opened. There's just no obvious way to do it. The one door that is open leads up a set of stairs, and there's this kind of like dais that looks very interesting and has like this kind of golden light coming out. And behind that, you do see Kia, kind of looking over it and somewhat concerned. Has a bit of like kind of stress in her shoulders, if you will. But that's the only other person that you would see there.
I think she'd kind of walk so that her like she can hear her approaching, but not like stamping her feet or anything like that. But just kind of close the distance.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me get you going there.
Sure.
Then as we're still on the big map, if you moved us, or if you thought
I'm about. If your senile ass thought you moved us, Dennis, you done fucked up.
Listen, that's my go-to move as the DM. I'm like, you guys are here, and you guys could see your enemies, and you can't. So I left you on the other map.
Oh god, that's hilarious. I'm gonna move you guys over in just a second. There is.
I don't think you have.
Yeah.
I don't think mine is.
I just want you to also. I want to Joe to get an idea of who you're dealing with and who you're asking for a boon from. Might change your tone a little bit.
Nope.
That's not going to change his tone at all. I was like, have you met this man?
Yeah.
He's gonna be like,
If you want to
fantastic.
tick off the people I've asked and received boons from, I got no scruples, my guy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Where are you?
Like I said, though, 90% of that is I'm getting a reputation for asking for boons, and I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, might as well.
So
I've known you for 3 minutes. What can you do for me?
I'm just saying, it's in his best interest. if
Oh,
we
it's a
solve
new
this
map.
problem.
Look at this. Then he's got new shit.
All that says to me is that's the kind of guy who's got boons to kick around.
Fucking planty. All right, so on the left, Joe that's Kayao, and then up ahead is Kia, and she's again kind of hunched over that area. Obviously, not that big. I'm just enlarging it so you guys have the artwork for it. And assuming you guys aren't going into combat, I won't drag you in here yet, unless you want to throw hands. Let me know. But that's essentially who is.
You saw that way faster than I thought you would.
It's pretty big.
It's so fucking goofy. Look at this. All right. Okay. All right. Whew. Outside the room, you're approaching. As you approach, she kind of picks up her head just to kind of see what's going on, and as she sees you, you see kind of like a warm smile come over her face. Ravaya, or do you prefer Your Highness? I heard.
Ravia's fine.
Okay. Apologies if I insulted. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. We appreciate your help in all this, but you look like you're worrying about something as well.
This situation is causing complications in our rituals. It's frustrating to be this close and yet be seemingly further away. And my brothers aren't making it any easier.
Foos wants to say something about brothers, but Ravia ain't got none, so roll on. But she'll kind of nod for a moment, and then he is starting the ritual to get us there. And obviously, I'm sure you can feel that magic isn't quite working as it normally does. It's not terribly important, but I was hoping you might be able to send a message for me.
Sure, child, I can do that. Who do you want to talk to?
A very old contact of mine. She'll describe her trainer from ages ago, Melik.
Why? You don't need to. Ah, yes. You are used to your traditional forms of magic. Come here. I just need to hold your hand.
She'll reach and hold her hand.
It is surprisingly warm, but she holds you with a firmness which you probably didn't expect from someone of her size. And there's a serious size difference between the two of you in terms of like muscle mass. Like you absolutely dwarf this poor woman.
We hold your hand, tiny woman. No.
I will lend you my magical abilities. And all you have to do is think about the recipients. And I will do the rest.
Thank you very much.
I imagine you go to think about your old
she'll close
trainer.
her eyes and consider how he probably looks now, because she probably hasn't seen him in like a couple of years. So, and he's probably getting older. But just kind of imagines what he might look like now. Focuses on that, and like I think in true Revia fashion, she's kind of also not sure how to start conversation. So I think if it's kind of like she can feel his attention, there's probably going to be like a good 4-second pause before she says anything.
Okay. This is a weird spell as far as Revia is concerned. You've never seen anything like this. You did hear her do a quick incantation in her native Nexal tongue as the spell went off. But it's a combination from a meta perspective of scrying and sending. So you actually get kind of this weird voyeuristic kind of bird's eye view of his humble kind of hut in the oh my god, the high forest. That's what it is. I cannot fucking remember what that was. He's out there. He's initially kind of tending to his garden, and as he's doing that, he's pushing away a very large badger, which he's calling Grumpy. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Is it a dire badger?
It is. You absolutely recognize this badger from the one that you saved way earlier in this campaign, and whose attempted poachers met a very, very brutal end at you and Zolan's hand. But will you stop? No, stop eating them. Stop eating them. We have plenty inside. We can. I fed you 3 times today. It is not even noon. Could you stop? And you can tell from the body language and just the natural kind of rapport and you understanding animals that he's clearly just playing with them. He's not really being like that. He's just trying to get attention and get scritches and stuff like that. He's not actually. Because your friend is he's strong, but he's not strong enough to outmuscle a dire badger at that rate.
Dire badger, yeah.
Yeah. He's just gonna get taken the fuck out if he wanted to. So it's clearly the playful kind of ruse, and he knows it too. He's playing into it. But you do see that, and after like a couple of moments of him trying to organize a few things, he stops, and you've seen this kind of look on him before, where he like one of his senses is telling him something, and he can't quite figure out what it is. So he's just kind of getting quiet. You watch as the dire badger also gets quiet as a reaction to him. But you have at least the sense that you have a bit of his attention if he doesn't know exactly what's going on.
She'll slip into Sylvan, as he's the one who taught her that, and just kind of start quietly. This is a little weird, I'm sure, but I just wanted to reach out, and Kia is allowing me to do this. Hi, it's been a while.
I recognize that voice anywhere. How have you been, child? It's been
Hey.
strange. I heard you survived, and I heard you helped Crota.
Yeah. We saved what we could. A lot had been damaged beyond repair, but we have a really big mission we're moving out for right now, and in case the worst happens, I was hoping you would agree to take care of Zolan.
I already have a very big friend that you've left for me. He begins to kind of roughhouse. And then he looks towards it's clearly a grove that is very organic in terms of how it's very, very little manipulation at all. Maybe him moving some paver stones just so he has an easier time not having to walk through mud. That's about it. But I think I have the room here to accommodate your friend. My friend, I do miss him. How is he?
Good. Still eating most things that aren't nailed down. And sometimes even those.
I'm detecting a slight giant accent to your Sylvan.
That's the only Sylvan I've been speaking recently. I've been exposed to a lot of stranger things as of late. And I also kind of wanted to apologize for not visiting you when I was in the High Forest, but so many things are happening and we had to keep moving, and I didn't get the opportunity.
You have no need to apologize. Things happen when they happen. Snowfur speaks highly of you. Ashburn does as well, although he is somewhat concerned about your lineage playing a role. I told him that wouldn't be an issue, knowing who you were.
I appreciate that. They've saved us and the forest more than once. I'm very grateful for both of them.
Yeah. As much as I would love to take care of Zolan, I would appreciate it if you both made it back.
Yeah, that's the goal. Just making sure, if that isn't what happens, that he'll be with someone I trust.
That will not be a problem. We have many stories to share and to tell, so please, when you get a chance. Your room is still ready for you, although I don't know if Zolan's going to fit anymore.
He's much taller than I am right now, so probably not.
There's a visible pause, and as he's trying to imagine how big this boulet is.
Yeah.
The forest has been delightfully quiet, though, since your departure.
That's really good to hear. I'm using a friend's ability, as I mentioned, to contact you, so I don't know why I should be maintaining this connection for too long. But thanks for teaching me what you did and for taking care of Zolan. Worst comes to worst.
This isn't the end, girl. Just see it through. That does explain the copper taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I'll explain that when I get back.
You hear him just that. Maybe you don't need to explain everything.
All right. Whatever you'd like. I'm glad the critters are keeping you young. You look good.
Oh, my back doesn't feel young, I'll tell you that much. But I'll take the compliment where I can get them.
Be safe, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
You better. You are missed here, and you are loved, and we would love to have you here again. But people of your talents are often needed in the most dire of places. Just get back here.
Yeah, I will. Bye for now.
For now. And he kind of relaxes a little bit, and you see him like swishing his mouth a little bit, like, what was that?
You can taste blood.
But as you are shunted back into the hard stone of the Nexel area, which is like a drastic contrast compared to the lush life that you were looking at before, you see Kia is kind of like breathing a little heavily, as if some kind of exertion was being used for that. I trust that your message went well.
It did. I honestly assumed that you could listen in, but it went well. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
This is my pleasure. I'm glad I was able to assist in whatever conversation you needed to have. How are the boys treating you? Are they driving you nuts?
Always.
That sounds about right.
But we're working through it, as I'm sure you are as well. Again, I really, really appreciate this.
You're the ones going to fight for the good of the world. It's us that appreciates you.
Yeah. Were you able to at least know where the message was sent? Perhaps not too exactly, but the High Forest in particular?
I didn't look in at all. I figured you needed your privacy if it was this serious. I just know it was very far away, given the amount of power it took.
It's like, I'm glad I cut that off, but I probably should have stopped that conversation earlier. Those poor girls out here like, but she'll just kind of nod a little bit, and then she'll turn to leave her alone, essentially. But I'm not sure how much long is left in the ritual, but likely will be set soon. Good luck in the meantime.
As you go, she kind of puts her arm on yours for a second, her hand on your arm for a moment. Your friend, the giant one, Kayao's apprentice. Remind him not to use blood magic on Jubilex. That might not work out the way he thinks it would.
Does Jubilex have blood?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we relay the message.
Good. Whenever you're ready, I'm prepared, and I imagine Kayao is to get this going.
Then let's get this going.
All right. Well, she's coming back. Was there anything else anybody wanted to do?
Potentially.
What you got?
Here's a question for you. What do I know about demons vis-a-vis their relationship to lightning and their ability to resist its damages?
Okay. I imagine you have some background with demonology or anything like that.
I've been dealing with material plane problems for material plane people.
I like the way you said that. No,
that's amazing. I will say, if you want to talk to Ravaya about it, she could help you, or you guys could roll advantage together for the either Arcana or History check, depending on which route you wanted to take this.
Potentially. Perhaps for the sake, I might have asked before you went to have a conversation so that we could simultaneously time things.
Sure.
I don't know, certainly more than I am familiar with the denizens of the abyss through your experience destroying them.
Racist.
Not even a little bit did I mention the tieflingness. I mentioned the ability to cut them in half.
I just like how taken aback Joe was. He was like, no.
Ain't nobody being no how. I am concerned that they are going to be resilient when it comes to my primary source of offense.
which is
Lightning.
zapping people. Right. So what check are we making?
It's either History or Arcana, depending on how you're approaching it.
Okay.
History would represent your experience fighting them or studying them. The other one would just be like, oh yes, because they're from this domain, magic does not have you.
Gotcha. How is your History or Arcana?
I mean, I can tell you that I could make a half decent history check.
All right, I will give you advantage on your History check.
All right, because there's a bare minimum to this number.
Aye, we rolled above it.
We did roll above the bare minimum.
Yeah. With our powers combined.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. So with a 23, Minotaurs are typically not very resistant to things. Their threat is largely just physical. It's can you survive the onslaught kind of thing. There are obviously multiple levels of them, but it's by and large they're not known for being resistant. Meriliths, however, are resistant to almost all elemental damage. So cold, fire, lightning, that stuff doesn't affect them. Well, it's resistant. It's not immune. So just as an FYI, they are immune to poisons, specifically Meriliths. Slimes are largely resistant to elements. Just some are susceptible to others, depending on what kind of slime or pudding that you're kind of fighting. It's dependent on that, but they're not particularly susceptible to lightning either.
Well, knowing that it could theoretically be a problem, it certainly will be when we get to the bigger people, I imagine.
Yep.
Would I be able to, either with what I've got on me, which is mostly the tools, or if our hosts might have some equipment I can use, try and modify the damage type of my lightning launchers?
Okay.
It's very much a MacGyver situation, so
yes.
You feel free to put all sorts of restraints.
I will say the Nexels are very much a stone and sorcery type of society. They don't have a tremendous amount of metalwork. Even you've seen Rolem's artifacts; they're all stone carved. You might be able to. It's like meshing two different technologies together.
I'll say this. In my head, I was picturing that I probably need some sort of gemstone to channel energy through.
Okay.
Which stone folk might have access to. And if I need to, I've got all sorts of gears and nonsense in the shape of a bird that doesn't work because magic is broken. And I can rebuild that. So I've got some materials myself.
Okay.
Cannibalize his friend.
Its name is literally the type of bird it is. It's a tool.
Oh yeah, that's true. Joe doesn't see.
Kestrel.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not. Joe can have pets. This is a machine built by a guy who sees it like a machine.
if you ever in a situation where like there's an AI that might have like human characteristics, send in Joe. He's not gonna be phased by that shit at all.
Oh no, I 100% team up with the Geth when left to my own devices in Mass Effect. So there's also that.
Yep. All right. Okay. So I will say this might not be a thing of whether or not you can do it. It could be how much time is also put into
Sure.
to fabricating this kind of stuff. All right. So I will say if you ask around, I think let me roll on Kyle's part to see if he's even going to entertain that to a degree. Oh boy. Give me a persuasion check if you don't mind.
Uh-oh. Oh, persuasion.
Persuasion check, you say?
Yes, please. He doesn't seem keen on the idea of giving you gems at the moment to tinker with a gun that has worked up until now.
Well, it has worked because I put it together and understand it's working. I understand the hesitation. It's a large ask, but this benefits all of us.
Woo!
Okay.
Let's go.
With a 27, you are able to kind of redirect that particular conversation back to. All right, and as he's finished with his chanting, and both of the blood has kind of been turned into these weird, almost wiry looking keys that are just floating in there. So both Bravia and Laro's blood are now active keys to be slotted into some device. But as he's kind of holding these, like, you want, all right, what kind of gem did you want?
It's a good question. For a guy who's making some shit up, but for the artificer, he might know.
Okay, all right. So we'll keep it simple. If you want to do like the color of the gem denotes the damage. How about that? For simplicity's sake.
Then I'm avoiding sapphires and rubies and emeralds. And sapphires could be lightning or what? I'm avoiding all blues because they're cold and lightning, and I don't need any fire and I don't need any poison. I don't really know because that leaves. I guess I'm shooting for radiance, force, or psychic, or my other end. I don't really trying to determine what gem would apply to those.
I would say force would be.
Are you about to do
diamond.
radiant and be a fucking another half fucking paladin?
I'll say this:
another paladin.
I'm actively trying to avoid radiant, not because Joe's worried about being another paladin. Paladins are great. It's because I don't, as a fairly secular rogue artificer, think that any deity is going to be like, yeah, just use our jam, just machine it up.
Machine it up.
Oh, I love this conversation.
I will say God magic. Nope, I'm not fucking with that.
Oh my god.
Given how the nature of how diamonds are formed, I'd say force would be a good thing for them. Topaz maybe for radiant, psychic, an amethyst maybe because purple is often assigned with kind of weird mind magic shit.
Then diamonds if they have them.
Okay. Gotta find a neck pillow for the men in Fooz's house are down. Okay, with a 27. All right. What size?
I will compare it to the equivalent size that I'm currently using for the lightning launcher.
Got it. All right. You know what? Just come with me. Just pick whatever. So he walks up and just waves his hand, and he watches like one of the stone structures, kind of like de-Legos itself. Like you see, like one solid stone slides away, and another one does the same thing, and it just kind of all slides into the stonework and opens a way into. And you guys walk down a hall that's of a similar kind of Aztec / Incan design, and makes a left at one of the current T intersection. waves his hand again, and you watch as another wall kind of parts its way, and you are left in a room that is just filled with riches. There is gold bars. There's a section for weapons. It's all organized. It's not like dragon's treasure that's thrown on the floor. There's just stacks of ingots pretty much everywhere. And on the left-hand side is gems, very well organized in terms of by color and size on the house.
Your generosity is greatly appreciated. I'm going to see if I can find some shit. I'm looking for. I mean, I hate to just rob this dude of super valuables. I mean, I don't. I need it. I need this shit to save the world. But I'm looking for specifically clarity and crystalline structure. I'm looking for shit that's going to inherently focus energy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
As best as I can. I'm gonna have to do some shaping or whatnot, probably.
Yeah. Give me an investigation, because I imagine you're going to be doing some thorough inspection.
Hey.
Right. Okay, with the 21, you do kind of go through them, and all of these have great clarity. As you notice, it's not only organized, but these are all exquisite pieces. But you do find one that is, I don't know, diamonds,
Sure.
no ring. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but
it's very diamondy.
Very, very high quality diamonds. We'll say
35 carats.
35 carats. Just you grab a diamond that would pretty much work, and it is again kind of your pick where you can slot that in. But that shouldn't be a problem.
All right, then I will graciously take that offer, and assuming that I can get this to work, and assuming we make it out of here, I will gladly return it when this is done.
You don't need. Look, if you guys are successful, first and foremost, you'll be legend. Second, I don't have to do. Well, don't you mind? It'll make my life easier.
Well, my gratitude.
You have mine as well. I wouldn't want to face a demon lord, let alone 3. So.
Well, a Dragoth on one end and the demons on another. Not a pleasant choice.
No, not at all.
Here there is at least some hope that we can avoid some ire and get to the goddess quickly enough that we can receive her aid in the fight to come.
I was never a huge fan of her, but I do miss her. At least her influence. I've known her personally. All right, well, I think we've got what we need. Do me a favor and take care of my apprentice. He can be quite reckless. So.
I'm going to do my best to be mildly surprised in the face.
Just in the face, which means the rest of the body is obvious.
Yeah.
What? Roland? No.
Roland's been a saint since you've been here. Get out of here.
First interaction one of the first interactions we had was you dealing with 130 damage or something at the start of the fight.
All right. Well, all right. On your way, unless you need anything else. Okay. And then he'll kind of escort you out and then walk you down back towards the rest of the group. And I will say this will take a little bit of time. What's your Tinker Tool thing, Rolly Spielly Beagles? What does that go off? Is that intelligence?
I mean, I always set the tools to ask each time in case you want to call it for one thing or another.
I'm going to ask you what stat you think should be there, because this is your character and how he intuits this kind of stuff.
As much as I would love to say dexterity to get the biggest bonus possible, it's not about physically doing. I mean, it's about physically doing the work, but it's about doing it in a way that functions. So I would say intelligence as well.
Okay. All right. Give me a roll with your tools with the int.
Let's go.
All right.
I find this to be favoritism, Nenners. Why couldn't I roll strength to read a book?
I specifically picked something I'm not as good at.
Hey!
Maybe it's about the walk back or something about this place just inspires you, but as you are going back, you picture in your mind, with your lack of aphantasia on this character, exactly where this needs to go. And you sit it down, it opens, and it happens the way you expect it to do it, and you very cleanly swap out your lightning gem for a force damage gem. I will say it does cost the team probably like 5 minutes by the time you unscrew everything and put it all back together. But ultimately speaking, it's not much time at all. But you are now equipped to do force damage, so just make sure you swap that out. And you now know how to swap in gems.
Which is dope.
Take notes of that particular thing. Maybe have some kind of rotating gem thing. That'd be dope.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm not gonna push my luck, but being able to like turn a knob would be dope.
That'd be really cool. But anywho, you are, I would say, set with that. And with anything in the additional time that was added, does anybody want to do anything except maybe bench press books? Apparently.
All good.
Okay. All right. Kyle will walk with kind of both keys floating very carefully up the stairs. To anyone at Roland, you'd probably notice that he's taking a particular amount of care with these things, as if they're somewhat volatile, as he's walking up with these, which is not something you normally see with him. He's very kind of confident, not arrogant, but definitely confident in like how he casts things and how he handles magic. But there's an element of caution there. But he does kind of lead you back into this room with Kia there, and she looks at you and looks at everyone there. Are you all ready for the journey?
Yeah.
We can send you down, but know that we might be able to pluck one or two of you at best if needed. But we'll also alert those creatures to our presence. So, might not. If the call should come out, we would obviously be prepared to defend ourselves, but just so you know, I won't be able to pull you all out.
Do you have anyone you want to send with us?
We're sparing, unfortunately, more than what we probably should.
I'll kind of like chuckle at it lightheartedly and we appreciate the assistance.
We appreciate you saving the world. All right, gather around, hold hands, and we'll insert the keys. And try to hold on to your lunch. She looks directly at D'Artagnan.
To survive all this, I will do another performance in your honor.
We will hold you to that, Euphemie. But she, you see, as Kaya floats one of the keys to Kia, and she holds it and goes to the opposite side, and they both kind of begin to put them in position and slot them down vertically into this table dais looking thing, and it begins to kind of spin up faster and faster and faster. You watch as one of the tracks has Leiro's blood, and the inner track has Revia's blood as it begins to spin to the point where it's just a solid, red lines between the two, and it begins to kind of open further and further and further as it is just kind of big spinning apparatus. And it gets dangerously close to those of you who are around it, but Kayao and both Kia tell you to relax and assure you that it's not going to hurt you. And to your surprise, the outer edge of this particular structure does phase through you till it is fully behind you, and you once again begin to fall. And in this particular situation, it's dark with flashes of layers of what looks like just imagine seeing planes of hell and the abyss and stuff like that, but through like a tinted window is essentially the effect that you're getting. Ravaya, this is really familiar to how you were went, but this is much slower than your rapid descent down to your father.
Yep.
This is a little more civilized, but the whole process is going to take a while given how far down you have to go. And with that, I will say it's almost 10:30 on the dot. We could take our break, and we'll come back, take 10 minutes or 15 if you need it, whatever you want to do.
Toast.
Yeah, toast.
Toast! Look at that cute ass cat.
It's a
Look at
toast.
him looking around. Toast. Hey, buddy, we're talking to you. How are you? We like you.
He's so cute.
Up here.
Aw,
Look up. Arriba.
he's ready to go. He's ready to go.
Dad! And he's out.
Body wriggle was amazing.
He went the wrong way for a second.
Yeah, just like this way. No.
Oh, God.
You had to think about it. But yeah, I guess we'll be back in like 10-ish minutes, 10:40, 10:45. Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's like a big.
All right. And then we'll continue from there. Kit,
Bye.
you
Bye.
bench press.
Nanus?
5.
5 means we're live. And we're back. We're in a very Friday mood, so apologies in advance. But you guys were descending to the 600th layer of the Abyss, home of the mighty Baphomet and his infinite labyrinth. A word that I cannot spell consistently, by the way. Anywho, as that get out of here, Foos. Like that. Who's like that next?
No, I was like, I'd fuck that up too. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You can't spell labyrinth consistently because that would spell consistently.
Boo!
I told you I need to get out emote. We need to.
If Flandy's booing you, you done.
Nah.
He's the king of dad jokes. Oh my god, him and my brother they just feed off each other. It was horrible.
Yes.
It was
Anyway,
horrible. I have a DM.
Rude. Roll a Constitution save.
Everybody?
Anyway, no, I'm being a dick.
Okay, I was like, oh, I rolled it. Oh,
he's good. He's good. There's no con save needed. All right, so you guys are descending down. It is going to take quite a bit. Ravaya, you probably know this more than most, just because obviously you very recently took a trip, so that would certainly let you know. But it's gonna take a while to get you there. So there is some time to either discuss or do anything that you want in regards to battle strategies, things of that nature, or prepare certain things, spells. I will say, as soon as you begin to descend, you do feel magic return to you. So those of you who are wielders of magic, you have that at your disposal.
Feels real good. I'm also enjoying just watching people kind of like tap their foot in my head as like the number ticks down in this elevator.
Yeah.
Just quietly listening, just doom, 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 doom. Man, it's a long elevator.
I think. Okay, because Ravaya has been yanked down before, and that was obviously a much faster trip.
Yes.
How many? Did she imagine it's like a couple of minutes before they get there, or like?
Oh, it's like at least 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. We got a good amount
You have
of time. All right,
you have a good amount of time.
Oh, good.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So if that's the case, also.
Did Quinn ever?
No, go ahead.
Did Quinn ever get those shoes from Miss Priestess or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got them when you got them.
Let me.
You
Okay,
got
cool.
them when you got
God damn it.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Oh no.
You also have Pass Without a Trace on, don't forget.
And isn't it is bigger, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bigger aura and it lasts much longer.
Oh, I meant the number was bigger. I thought you said 15. Just double checking if that's right because I can adjust.
Yeah, no, it lasts way longer because it's.
I think the number is also bigger.
Normally it's a plus 10 is what I'm asking. Is it?
Yeah, it's a plus 10, and I believe it lasts. Hold on.
Well, it's a plus 10 and lasts an hour normally.
I thought I said it lasted 10 hours.
All right.
I thought you said it was a plus 15 because it was like super duper.
Super duper.
That was also when I asked immediately after it happened, and you might not have been fully decided yet. So if it's supposed to be a plus 10, that's fine.
Then this is old and he doesn't remember shit no more. But we still love him.
Get out of here, Flandy. At least I can go up a flight of stairs.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
I go up flights of stairs every time I come to the computer.
Yeah, you patella him, Flandy.
In the meantime, Ravaya is going to take out her Vorpal sword. She's sure she doesn't have enough time to attune to it, but she's just going to kind of hold on to it, even though she won't be able to attune to it, but just kind of have it ready.
Okay.
As well.
All right.
Rollum's gonna ritual cast comprehend languages.
All right. Awesome. So.
And he's
then
also
we're
gonna
sit down and do my
start
bullshit. I'm just kidding.
Holy shit.
No, it's like imagine in 5 miles. Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey, that actually might work. You may be able to find her via omission. Wherever there's not a demon, that's probably Mystra.
How fast are we descending?
Maya, what was that?
How fast are we descending?
Oh boy, it's gonna be hard to ascertain.
You know what? It's okay. I'm gonna avoid confusion here.
Okay.
We expect to be down here for a minute, right?
Yep, good 20 or so minutes, according to Ravaya.
Wait, but we gonna be fighting the whole time, right?
Sadly, I did not make this a Streets of Rage situation where demons are just hopping in and you got to throw them out of your your elevator.
Your elevator, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no barrels here with chicken in them?
Sadly, no. There's no barrels of chicken or
I always thought
apples.
they were turkey.
God, I haven't had a good barrel
Good
chicken in
point.
a minute.
The reason I was asking is if we were about to get into the big scrap, I was gonna have Euphemia cast foresight on Ravaya. Just see the four. I'm deciding.
See the four of.
I mean, that lasts for like 8 hours, right, or some crazy.
It does.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Whatever you spells you guys want to prepare.
We'll certainly be fighting in that time frame, I imagine.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, I gotta have an elevator fight in the next campaign.
Yeah, Euphemia's just gonna step up to Ravaya while she's holding the sword and be like, "You don't want to do that while we're back. You know what? Here, this will help."
Since it takes a minute, I think Revive is just going to kind of, since it's a touch spell, I imagine you're kind of holding her shoulder or something, but she'll just kind of hold your arm as you cast it and say thank you.
Anytime. I mean, this is, well, you're the most familiar with this realm, and you're likely going to be dealing with the most of this, or getting the most attention for numerous reasons.
Yeah.
So I think this would serve you better than any of us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Now you strong. Ooh, you see the future and shit. Ooh, crazy.
That shit is bonkers. Good God. Hey,
What
Insomnia,
happened?
what's up? What's the matter? What's the matter? There is no Frandy command. Oh, no. There's no Frandy command. Oh, my God.
We do need a friendly command. All right, so it is currently descending. We have spells going off. Was there anything else anybody wanted to do? Did you want to keep reading that book, Quinn?
Yes.
You know what you got to give me, man.
Can Roland help him out now?
Yes.
Roland, does it make sense to you now?
I feel like he just finished casting his comprehend languages. Is that like holding it and like, yeah, hold on. Is Aunt Deet there?
Indeed is there. Indeed. Oh, okay, I'm back. What? Where the? Are we in the?
Yeah, you should talk to
Are we in the
D'Artagnan real
abyss?
quick. I gotta go help him read a book. We are. We're going to the 600th
You're helping
floor.
someone read?
Yes.
Oh, we really are lost. What did you need?
Oh, boy.
You might not be able to be here. Do you have an escape patch out of both here and D'Artagnan's staff?
Of course.
Okay.
Why
He'll
would
explain
I
to you
run
the
those?
nuances. And Roland will start helping Quinn read his book.
Did you brought me here to give me variables and no answers?
Talk to D'Artagnan. He's right there.
I am talking to him with my other half.
Wait. Do you not get the same information at the same time, or do you have like a meeting where you like co-align your?
We have to synchronize. It's not all the time.
Oh, interesting. Well, we're fighting the three abyssal demons probably, and one of them has control over oozes.
Jubilex, you mean?
That's the one. Flighty didn't remember.
Oh, that is a problem, potentially.
D'Artagnan seems to think that because he's controlling Mystra, potentially, that he won't be able to influence the oozes, but maybe he will. Hence the need for the potential escape hatch.
If I just cloak myself, he can't manipulate what he doesn't see. I'm gonna need some time. And she takes out one of her huge tomes and starts like going through it.
See, you're reading too. Let me know if you need help.
You get a look. One time, my man. I forgot what I was saying after hearing Flaney die. Oh boy! All right, so yeah, no problem. Roll a intelligence check at advantage, Quinn, or you both can roll intelligence checks to see what kind of.
Okay,
that's
I need to ask you this, Wendy. How much cheddar does Roland have in intelligence?
You don't know that. Get out of here.
Roland have in intelligence?
You say cheddar?
You don't know that. Get out of here.
Yeah,
do you want to roll once or do you want to roll twice? Make up your mind.
Roll one each then.
All right. Oh shit!
Holy
shit!
Oh!
Oh my goodness!
What?
All praise to the
What
Spider
is
in the
this
sky.
world?
That
Lenny, do that thing.
Woo! It's downhill from here, boys.
Do a little dance. Okay.
I'm going to point out that the last 3 rolls that weren't the con save that weren't asked for, so the last 3 legit rolls, all crits.
Why is the bond
Save that
between
wasn't
these
asked
two?
for.
Which just means when we get to this fight, it's going to be a bunch of crit fails. I'm sorry I talked over you, Maya. What were you saying?
No, it's just like, why is the bond between these two so fucking strong?
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
magical
These
though.
boys.
It's like you had hints of what the words might mean given the context of the sentences, but as Roland says it, it's like instant understanding of what exactly is happening. And with a natural fucking 20, I gotta go dig up some obscure fucking Mystra lore to give you. Give me a second.
Oh, the juicy shit. Here we go.
Juicy shit.
They do this like some fucking rom-com. Or like Willow slowly slides his hand.
Oh my god.
It's just.
I feel like Roland's Natch 20 is like kind of feeding off of Quinn's and be like, all right, you got that word? All right, hold on. All right. And he like flips back to Aunt Deet and is like, all right, what were you saying again? You wanted help with what? Yeah. That's so Jubilex, and then hold on. No, that means pancake. All right. Back over here.
Okay, Mr. likes pancakes. There you go, guys.
Who doesn't like pancakes?
My mother.
Yeah.
Mr.
No, it's
is the pancake connoisseur.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Obviously, this is by no means the first time Mystra has found herself in some trouble. Because of this, she has been known to make certain moral elements of the realm, what she considers to be her chosen, which serve as kind of minor guardians of magic and the weave. And 2 people that you would know who would be considered the chosen, given your current thing, would be Elminster, which is where the pancakes come in because he's a fan of those.
Okay.
And Alavin of Ardeep was also chosen to become chosen for that particular thing. What's fascinating though is.
Meta question. Elminster is the eloquent guy from Baldur's Gate, right?
Yes, the very powerful wizard, like arguably the most powerful wizard. Yes, which you would not have been able to, but
okay, I would have tried, man. Okay,
he would have plane shifted you into the water and just let you drown. But yeah, it's
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So he's arguably the most powerful mage of essentially Faerun. There's arguments to be made for some other people, but he's by and large the big honcho there. Alavan, I don't know if you would know who that is. Anybody have like elven history?
I mean,
I think Quinn would be reading out loud to him so that's happening actually. Who the hell is Alavan?
Kind of.
half
I
elf
guess.
with proficiency in history.
Okay.
I genuinely
some
forgot we
potential.
have a new half elf in the team.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, the two of you guys, give me some rolls. Roll me some history
Can they
checks.
roll at advantage? Because we got them 20s? No.
I wish, man, but no, they need flat rolls, unfortunately. 18's not bad.
I mean, it is for me.
Who else is rolling?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You are, sir, because I think you said
Okay.
you had some level of elven.
I would assume there was a little bit
Education.
of it. I don't know to what extent, let
I
alone
am-
what role I'm held on to.
You're forced. Your people
Yeah,
are
it was
very
like
are
I mean,
highly
I feel like
educated.
you would know basic like cursory stuff, and because the brothers are notoriously shit and remember their studies, that's why I'm like, ooh.
yeah, that's why I'm like,
My thing is the quality of your education was high enough for you to be able to remember something like this at some point. Whether you actually remember comes
We
down to
hope.
the fate rocks.
Nope. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
16. Okay, all right,
it's
vaguely.
not a horrible roll.
So Roland, you're like, wasn't that like 1,000 years ago? That was a really long time ago, as far as you know, with a 16. Theron, with an 18, not only was it a long time ago, but she did, what's it called? Alavan, unfortunately, had died at some point in service to Mystra, essentially. So that particular version, or that, so as far as you know, according to the book, as you're reading, you've only known two particular chosen, one of which is dead.
Well, I shall relay that information. Let you know.
But yeah, that's the juicy tidbits you get from your book.
Juicy book.
Okay.
How does that help me?
Well, take what I said and extrapolate, man.
It's as easy as that.
Okay, number one, Quinn's a moron.
Okay, so what did
number
I
two,
say?
Kit's an
That
even
why were
bigger
the chosen
moron.
created?
To deal with the
Right,
weave in
to
the
protect
mortal
it,
realm.
right?
This feels like a pop quiz.
How protected? Yeah.
Oh, hello. We got
What
Raven
hap-
from Venderverse.
Hello.
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
Oh, I was supposed to say E's instead of A's. Oops.
So if there are people here to defend it, and it clearly hasn't been
What
defended,
happened to that?
what happened?
Huh. I got Quinn is the kind of guy who would voice shit out loud. I think he would say that. So what are these? So what are these guys that are supposed to be defending the weave right now?
Well, that is a troublesome question. Of the two I am aware of, one is dead. And if we have come to this, then perhaps so is the other.
Yeah. That might just be a warning about the challenge we're about to have then.
All right. Okay, so with that information put into play, anybody else want to do anything else?
I think we would look at I think you would look at Darren and just go. I think you would look at Darren and just go. Do you think that's her way of just saying good luck? Here's what they could do. Just good luck out there.
I imagine that there was some hope that we could use this knowledge. If not this knowledge, then some
How can
knowledge.
you
It is
use?
an impressive tome.
How can you use their dead? You're going to fight them next. How does that help you?
Well, an alternative to death is capture. Mystra is not vanquished, merely held. So if Elminster is held as well, that is a powerful ally who might help us get to the goddess. Hard to say if it will be something we can find in an endless maze, or if he's even there.
Exactly. Something that was captured and not killed. Well, as it is with my faith, you must have faith.
I will say, in addition to that, you'd have learned all the basics about Mystra. Her being the goddess of mystery, and magic, and cavorting with mortals sometimes. Obviously, having products like Layril running around. So you get the lowdown on like Mystra as a whole. Because that was also her kind of criticism of you, was just like you had no idea about anything with Mystra. So it's not necessarily that it was going to give you some life-saving amount of information. It was just like better yourself. So
Okay.
that's kind of the vibe that you're getting now, at least.
All right. Oh,
I will also say, demons are also worshipped as gods, so there's information on them as well.
all right. We got like 20-minute ride left, right?
There's 20 minutes total. I would say,
Okay.
between you and your homie there reading, you probably burnt about 10, so you could probably quickly look up, and it's a quick 10-minute read, like you're skimming,
All right.
looking for the GC stuff.
Okay. So, what's another god we could read about then? God in this case, anyway.
Well, we got 3 of which we're about to fight.
Which one sounds scariest?
That is a difficult question. I think of the 3, one we have some greater insight into than the other 2 already. And of the 2, one with schemes is more dangerous, or at least less straightforward, in my own opinion, than one that will just simply try to destroy us.
All right. Schemy guy.
So schemy guy is Grass.
Grass?
Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Are you gonna?
I remember the name. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Also, feel free to other people to have opinions and interject. That was just my reaction.
Oh yeah, I think Revia's kind of. I imagine that this is. Oh well, she's probably chilling. Actually, now I'm thinking about it.
I was going to say that while these guys are doing Reading Rainbow, Femi is going to also virtual cast comprehend languages, more so that we can understand what's happening on the battlefield at all times. And after that, follow it up with her arcane eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw both of those up. The
all
arcane
right.
eye is the,
Is arcane eye concentration?
It's her weird, like, built-in warlocky thing. Here, let me.
Yeah, I remember what it is.
You still have to cast the spell, though. Like, you get it for free, but you still have to cast it. It is concentration up to an hour.
I think it is. Yeah, it is concentration. And the spell you cast on Revia, was that concentration?
No.
Okay, so all right, so you're just concentrating on one thing. Yeah, you're cool. Just wanted to.
It's broken.
8 hours of concentration.
8 hours.
Good
Just-
lord.
It is also
Well, I'm
level
pretty sure
9.
Irene could pull it off.
All right, excellent. So with that, you have no problem casting those spells. With Grass, roll them. I will say when you make your initial con, I'm just going to respond to you verbally if that's cool.
Oh yeah. I just don't want to interrupt anybody.
You hear "Hey, I'm here," and then like as that comes through, you hear like giggling and like little kind of like fairy kind of laughter in the background, and like I'm here, like almost slightly mocking, but like still having fun, not insulting, but just like parroting the message essentially.
Roland just kind of, hey, yeah. So I'm in the abyss, and we're about to fight some demon lords and potentially save Mystra. Should be relatively safe from the mean old dragon dude that attacked you earlier. Would you like to join?
To fight a demon lord? It's sure. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah.
I don't
All right.
think
Well,
I think you would just go back. I don't know. Does Roland know of any like demon bullshit they could do to kill his familiar?
Demon lords are like heinous and very, very creative in how they deal with things.
Yeah, but like unless Henry's like on or like in his realm, like he can't be killed, right? Outright, unless
there's
something crazy happens.
far worse fates than death.
Well,
Also, most demons in their free time find ways to torture and to do terrible things to creatures. Like, that's their pastime.
I think you are deeply underestimating how powerful demon lords are.
That's right up Rome's alley.
I specialize in deep underestimation.
Lord. Anyways, it's still gonna be dangerous, but unless you're having fun there, you can continue to stay there. But I have the chance to summon you now if you'd like.
When we made our pact, I told you I'd be with you to the bitter end. I think, maybe. Or I thought that, maybe didn't say it. Still counts.
Oh my goodness.
Besides, I can't have you, fighting a demon lord and not having your faithful dragon next to you.
Alright.
Titania says hi, by the way.
Hey, did she tell you what this turnip does? Whatever the last one was.
No, she said she gave you a tangerine, a garlic, and an onion, and you bit the onion.
Well, that's... I haven't had many of your questions to help keep me on my feet.
I see. That's true. You do need my guidance. All right, well, summon me already. No, she didn't tell me.
I gotta concentrate. Hold on. Rolla will start casting. I'm familiar.
Okay. All right.
Oh wait, never mind. That's a whole ass hour to cast it.
I was gonna say, I know you have some
thought it
weird
was 10
warlock
minutes.
bullshit, but it takes a long time.
I thought it was 10 minutes.
Here's the question, though.
Why does it take so
Did he full on die, or did you put him away? Because you can put the familiar away and bring it back fairly easily.
They were separated for a while. There's some shenanigans going on with their current situation. But thank you for the very helpful.
I feel like he goes to start the ritual. Is like, oh, on second thought, I forgot how long this takes.
Okay.
Unless you know a
Please
shortcut.
Tell me that Aunt D is face palming inside of her
You,
space.
a shortcut. It feels like you're going through multiple. A shortcut to where?
Actually, where are you?
I'm in the Feywild. And you hear Feywild, hee, like all this kind of like creepy face stuff in the background.
Roll just teleports there, grabs him, gets teleported back.
I don't like them just going hee hee hee. That's very uncomfortable.
Like, man, I don't know what this is. What it is.
No,
I'm
it's
not
great. No,
a hee
keep
hee
it up.
person. You're
good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You learn some more. Oh shit! What is the term that he fucking riddles? You learn
They're
some more
very good
riddles.
They're really good at riddles here.
Yeah, you learn a few good ones and ask me when we get back.
Okay.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah, love you too. Don't get eaten.
Also, those fairies sometimes they can be a little tricky, so if you're trying to get a leg up on them, you really got to focus on their knees. Their knees are going to tell you where they're going.
Look at their knees. They're really fast though.
That's why it's a split second. But if you look at their knees, points where they're going to go.
There's like a pause of contemplation. Like
I don't have no idea if that's true. But roll a second.
The old football term was the hips, man. You can see which way they're going based on where the hips are going. Which never really helped. It was just trying to figure out where they're going. But anyway, yes. Yeah, okay. I'll look at some knees and study some riddles.
All right. See you soon. Also, let me know how much time passes by when the next time I talk to you.
You're with the Feywild, right?
Yes.
It's kind of weird here.
Yes.
Okay, so you want me to keep track of weird time for you?
Yes.
You got it.
I believe in you. Are you still in the bubble?
No.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Gonna come back. It's like it was 2 Tuesdays.
2 Tuesdays.
In a row or 2 Tuesday week rows? What's going on?
That's the answer you're getting.
Yep.
All right.
Just Tuesday, Wednesday. Freaky Friday.
Oh, God. Freaky Friday. All right. So, with all of your lovely preparations and my inability to hide this map correctly, give me a second. First, are you going to make me do this all over again? There we go. You are finally beginning to descend into the final realm, and you see it is literally dizzying, actually. There's this massive kind of curving tower that spirals up in the middle of this plane, kind of serving as almost like a Overwatch tower for this whole realm. And it is just a maze that goes as far as the eye can see in every single direction. It honestly hurts your brain to even begin to contemplate how many possible pathways and where they go and things of that nature. And as you are floating down, you do see these hulking, huge minotaurs actually patrolling areas of this particular thing. And in some cases, you see what looks like mortals fleeing for their lives or trying to be sneaky and perhaps not being or making it out. It is a kind of depressing and somewhat brutalist realm in terms of how it's designed. But you are all kind of gently placed down into a rather circular portion on a stairwell that leads down. And you have a path left and right to go. And let me get you guys on the map. We gotta copy it over. Get them on the map. Big old. It's so hard to reveal areas here without revealing shit you don't want to reveal. I kind of wish I had an option other than a square.
There's a polygon.
There's a polygon? Yeah, there is.
Polygon.
Square.
He was crazy.
My
She was correct.
goodness.
And is that here being a square?
Oh my god.
Hunter,
It is
stop,
going.
stop being a square.
Okay, it's too slow. It's like gadink. Like, and it went, oh my goodness. No, I'm sorry. Stop it. I'm just kidding. Oh no, it's a mess. Okay, we're fine.
No,
Nobody saw
it's
that.
a miss. You're correct. We did not.
Nobody saw that because I have you guys hitting on the other stuffs. Why was
We're
the
still looking
last-
at Nexus.
Mm-hmm. Also, the turn order's up.
Yeah, man. Let me do something with the turn order.
Combatitos. We got rated again.
Hello, girls around these worlds. What's up?
Hello. Hold on, I'm fumbling
Goodness.
through roll 20 at the moment.
Anita was there. I was lurking.
Anita was there. Amazing. Oh my god. I know they're doing holiday one-shots. I don't know if it's happening now. But thank you so much for the raid. You guys are awesome. I hope you had a wonderful stream.
Holiday one shots. All right, so we got Karasu, Roland, Ravaya.
Also, I don't know if any of the
Farron,
Girls One These Worlds guys will be
Femi.
there, but Dubs and I are going to drop by the PAX U tomorrow. So if anybody's there, we'll say hi.
You going to PAX U?
Yeah.
Is
It's
that
just in Philly, so it's like an hour drive. So we're going to go drop by.
it's a fucking hour drive to Philly?
I mean, when he's driving.
But it's a half an hour to fucking Jersey City. Get out of here.
No, you don't know Jersey. No, I'm just kidding. We just finished our holiday. Yeah, I knew it. Okay, great. What
Goddamn
great stuff,
hour.
excited.
The
Thanks.
fastest I got to Philly was like 2:15, and that was breaking the law the entire way.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
It definitely was under 2 hours last time we went, though.
Fucking Dubs, man.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to get Quinn out. Quinn, where are you?
Quinn can come out in his own time when he's comfortable, and that's not a choice we get to make for him.
Get the fuck out of here. I mean, where is he on this map?
Oh my god.
You guys were last in the Gelatini study, right?
I don't know.
See,
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna copy you out.
And it's-
Nana's
I'm
last
gonna-
win.
I'm gonna get you on a DM best practices thing so that you can, always be ready.
You got a fucking performance review going on.
Yeah.
What is it?
Like,
a PIP?
you're
a
doing
performance
great.
improvement plan?
Yeah, you're doing great. But we see ways that you could improve, and we really want to see you shine. And I want to
Please.
give you the tools necessary for
Stop,
your
please
success.
stop. I hate all things HR, and you are giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh my god. Yes,
Just do better.
ADC 19. Yep. It's nuts.
Yeah, them DCs is high.
And
Okay.
DC's is nuts.
Whew. All right, we're finally here. Oh, I got
I'm still looking at Nexels.
Nope, I gotta bring out
Nexels.
the guest stars. 'Cause I forgot.
Fran, you
about
okay?
them.
Okay, no dying.
Dying is bad.
It's illegal.
Stop.
If you die, we'll
Hey,
put you
man.
in jail.
That's just rude. You should put me in the ground. Or an incinerator at least.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. To jail.
Do I get to pass go?
No.
Damn it. But my $200.
No.
Right, $200. He really wants that $200.
What are you gonna do with $200?
okay.
You'll be dead.
That's a good point. You are dead. I didn't even think about that. I was just too busy saying no.
That's Susan's favorite word.
No. Get out of here.
Can I have
still
black razor
like my
first?
rage. No, absolutely not. Get rid of these fucking symbols that I have on me. Okay. Okay.
All right. I think. Oh, later Elvis.
That would be nice.
I see darkness.
Yeah, you have to
Oh, okay, there we
move
are.
your. Yeah.
I see darkness.
The night is
I
dark
see
and
the
full
depths of
airs.
Nana's soul.
All right. That is.
Nana's lurks in these shadows. Yes.
Yo, team left side icons are all looking in the right direction, and I like that. Theron, Quinn, and D'Artagnan are all looking left, and Karasu's looking right, and Roland is not. Even the spider's looking the right way.
Who's you made me?
Don't die.
No, just give me the whole flip. Let's go. Actually, I gotta fix for this. This is gonna be visually appealing for Foos, I'm sure.
God
Yep.
damn it. not better.
Looking in the right direction now.
Hold on.
Foos, get out of here! Stop controlling my token.
Huh?
Oh, that was that. It's like,
I got you, man. You asked for the flip, right?
yeah.
I got you,
You
bro.
did. I did
All right,
other
Foos.
things, but I'm
Take
gonna
that.
blame it on you.
I think that's everybody. See if you can move your stuff. Let me know if that all works for you.
I understand you might be feeling some sort of adrenaline, but it's now the time for backflips.
Yes. You gotta limber up. Gotta get ready.
If he did a
I can do
backflip
magic
right
now.
now, Revia would sock him because she'd be like, "This is an imposter."
Sock him. Yeah, that's rough. Imagine doing a backflip. and
I don't know.
just catch
Does a
him in
9 do a
between.
good flat backflip?
Oh no.
Unless you want an acrobatics. Yeah, I think it's more of an acrobat. Add 5 to that.
I just got back. What I miss?
Backflip.
Shenanigans.
Roll him did a backflip.
And then got immediately punched in the jaw.
Wait, why are you punching me? Back?
Did a backflip, snapped the bad guy's neck, and saved the day.
Oh, good job, Rolos.
Snap the. Wait, hold on. What? Are you saying Rollum's the bad guy? He did the backflip.
No, you-
snapped his
you-
own
No.
neck and saved the day.
I got your reference, Joe.
Thank you.
Whew.
Poor Joe. Okay. So
All right,
you
we got the
guys-
left and a right.
A left and a right action here. But yeah, that's essentially what you are seeing as you were stationed here. You do hear kind of sounds of sadness, people screaming, crying, this just patrolling thuds of what you imagine as minotaurs, definitely hooves on stone is what you also hear here. But you are deposited in this room.
All right. So once we're kind of here and quietly, Revia will also reiterate. If we run into any of the minotaurs, we just need to understand that we'll probably have to take care of them. They cannot get lost in here. We can. And also, she'll look at Roland. Don't use your blood magic on Jubilex.
Good to know. I actually didn't intend on using any in here.
Well, good. Ryan's gonna scoot to this side and just kind of listen down the hallway. She's not looking, but is just trying to see if she can, I don't know, confirm whether the Minotaur movement is in any direction of this sort.
Give me a perception check at advantage, because as you go here, you immediately feel yourself oriented, like you know exactly where you are. And
A Minotaur is showing.
it is. And part of this is weird, because you've always had a strong sense of direction, especially as a ranger. And you're beginning to think that it might not necessarily be due to your ranger skills. It might be more
I'm not
innate.
my dad. Okay, gotcha.
Does she look different, by the way?
Not yet.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right, everybody. While Revi's over there, out of earshot, which she just rolled 26, so this is gonna be impossible. Rolls like, you need to check every 5 minutes to make sure that she's still.
She just turns around and has a big old minotaur snout.
My tail is suddenly fuzzy.
Yeah. Poof, the little explosion of fur at the end of the tail. Well, the 26, you do hear stomping to the north of you, and a more subtle, the 26 slithering sound to, if we're going to just go with the northeast, southwest, to the west.
Okay. Minotaur likely on the right. Slithering, I'm assuming, would mean some kind of either... Okay, slithering. I think she would assume that's a Merilith, so she'll say possibly snake-like if possible on the west side.
Question: is this a maze is there open air above us, or is it a tunnel everywhere? It's a maze of tunnels.
There is open air for the most part above here. Where you are at, there's open air, but the walls are very high.
I mean, it feels like you couldn't just fly above the maze. That feels too easy.
I mean, you could try.
Yeah, probably.
Could we try to
not.
scale these domains actually?
Sure.
What?
Do we, I think Euphemia's going to try to reach out through the spores, not to really say anything, but just to see if there's nothing here interfering with that.
Yeah, spore communication works as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
If Quim starts climbing these walls, he's just gonna reach up to him and be like, "Oh, I'd, like try and stop him.
Quinn, do you try to climb the walls?
Here we go.
No, I think he'd be curious about doing it, but I don't think he'd try. Like, dude, we're in the abyss, man. It's not a good idea to do some trickery here.
Okay. All right. So the thought is entertained, but not acted upon.
Okay.
Wouldn't be that easy, yeah.
Then through some spores, then, so we can stay quiet as possible. Unless there are any objections, I'm going to move out somewhat ahead. I am quieter on my own, and will try and direct you away from any trouble. I will not go too far.
I think Quinn would be like, I think we how do I put this? We remember that we've been blessed, my friend.
I'm aware.
We're all quiet
I'm
together.
gonna like tink your heavy ass armor and go, there's only so much magic can do.
There are other magics at play here, and there's something about this that's feeling a little more familiar. And we don't like sending people alone. So, perhaps the two of us.
Actually, Rafia, I have a question. These minotaurs here, and perhaps even yourself through your blood ties, is it just sound that they're going by? Or
No.
are they able to pick up people in other ways?
Yeah, they are sensitive in certain sense of smell and even the maze itself. We leave a stone changed in any way, they'll know.
Okay. So it seems
Therefore,
like clashes are inevitable?
yeah, we just want to keep it to a minimum.
Okay.
While that's going on, is there anything fancy in this room or special in this room? I see the stairwell, the little like maybe water feature. Like, is there anything that Roland can figure out as to why we were summoned to this room in particular?
Give me a perception check, but I will say at disadvantage. This whole area is essentially designed to, like, just fuck with your ability to orient yourself.
Oh boy.
Get out of here! I have excellent memory for maps and geography, Nennas.
You do.
I know. I'm just good shit.
Yeah.
You said perception.
Yes, sir.
Are there any maps of the abyss? I'm just curious.
None that mortals get their hands on. Also, it would be an endless map. It would have to be like a magical map that would just like self-iterate. But yeah, with an 18, you're not sure. There doesn't seem to be like a thoroughfare through here or anything that would indicate why you would need to be here. You know, from the Nexel's point of view, they're very much like mathematical in terms of how they do things. So it's likely just proximity. And this was probably the safest place to deposit you guys in.
Lower out. Do you sense anything?
I'm trying, but there's a lot of interference. A lot of anguish here. A lot of lost hope.
Ravaya, are you aware of any counteracts that might be in place where you think you're locked onto a scent or sense, but it's actually something else?
If there is that kind of trickery, it wouldn't be from Baphomet or Jubilex, but rather trickery of grass of some kind. But that in particular, I wouldn't be able to say outright.
Careful on your
Revia
instincts.
is kind of like antsy to get moving, so I think she's gonna like motion with Theron to like have the two of them start stealthily looking around.
Okay, roll me both your stealth checks.
Okay. And we get a plus what
Okay.
to that?
A plus 10.
Nonsense?
Oh shit, that's the full-on aura?
Yep.
Oh, well, dope. I have advantage on stealth checks and some nonsense.
You have the
So
blessing of Princess Alyssa.
only a 39.
God not?
Only.
Yep, that's.
With a 37 to boot.
Let's go. We're ready.
Just for anyone paying attention, 39's my minimum
Yeah,
because Rogues is busted.
Yeah.
Good
He
lord.
rolled a natural 5.
Oh my god! So
7 to 6. Yeah.
anybody not paying attention, you basically just got Batman by Theron and Revia as they have just escaped your view and you're not hearing any kind of sound from them. Obviously, if you're going just 10 feet, not a whole lot to add there. But how are you guys proceeding? We'll keep that up until there's something that you need to get by, or if it's a certain some kind of stimulus that you might have to, or stimuli that you're gonna have to deal with in some way. But yeah, where are you guys going?
How tall did you say the walls were?
They're a minimum of 25 feet. They go higher in some sections.
All right. I was just thinking, if they're crazy high, I might use my boots of levitation because people aren't necessarily going to be looking up, but from a distance, that's not a huge enough
Yeah.
height advantage for them to not be able to just basically still see me in their field of view. So I'm not going to bother. Like maybe there's some shenaniganery where part of my stealth is where I've basically lifted myself up, mostly weight wise, just enough to still walk, just a real quiet like, but just kind of very. For slowly like edging around, getting low at any corner, so that if I'm peeking around, people are looking at head height, not waist height or lower.
Whatever direction Theron's looking, Revi's looking in the opposite. So if he looks north, she'll look south.
Yeah.
She will say that she heard the Minotaur's footsteps in that north direction too. Also, if I run off, there's a wasp in here. And I'm worried Nubs is chasing it, and if he gets too close, I'm gonna have to run off camera and go get it away from him.
That's a boy hunt.
Oh my god!
We're
Let
so
him
scared
cook,
he's gonna get stung.
Let him cook.
He's the worst hunter.
Only because you won't let him hunt. He's got to practice.
Like he baby baps things. Like he'll bap like bugs, and they're still alive, and he's like, "I got you. Why are you alive? I got you. Why are you alive?" With the gentlest touch hit though, we're like, "Dude, how did you make it?"
Szechuan pork.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so with that said, on both ends it looks apparently clear. You do hear more of like the footfalls of like something cloven foot, kind of again northeast of you essentially. What were your guys' perception checks again?
We didn't make
I
it
don't
yet.
think we
didn't ask yet.
I thought
We just stealthed it up real solid.
I apologize. Then give me a perception check if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry, didn't take off the +10.
Do I get an advantage because of the stuff still?
You do. You absolutely do.
Just a 29 and a 28.
28.
We got this.
Jesus. Who? Well, Revive speaks Abyssal. Do you?
I speak those things, so no.
Okay.
That
Revive in
handy down here.
oddly eloquent Abyssal. You hear, "I cannot believe the sire put me down here amongst these fucking filth. This is ridiculous. I completely handled the mission he gave me before, and here I am, just strutting my stuff up and down these godforsaken halls." And
Great voice, man.
No, you said halls, but I heard something else. To Revia, this voice doesn't sound familiar, right?
not as far as you know, no.
Yeah. And she hears that in which direction?
That is coming alongside with the cloven hoof movement.
Okay, gotcha. So through this
And
door,
you hear it? It does sound more like a strut cadence.
just fucking strutting like, can't believe the shit. Through this floor is broadcasting to everybody. She'll mention
Sounds like there's an eloquent, abyssal-speaking person there who is speaking that they did a different job well enough, but they're surprised they're down here. So, I'm not sure who exactly, but if it was a descendant or follower of any, sounds like it's up crests. And
I believe we have a short window to move, and we should move opposite to this voice.
I agree. She's gonna try and scoot down to the south because she didn't hear anything that way, right?
Not to the south, no.
Okay. She's gonna scoot down, and well, not right there. I'm just gonna hold alt, and she's gonna look down there.
All right, Scooty.
Scooty, Yudi.
Scoots. Okay, so that's essentially what you're seeing there. Again, you're getting slightly closer to the sound, like you're getting closer this way, but further that way, if it makes sense.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I hear you.
So, yeah, that's essentially what you're seeing there.
Scoot on closer. Does it sound dangerously close, or like it's around the corner, or just getting a little louder?
It's moving as well. So
Okay.
as you're going, let me just.
She's gonna do some stupid shit. Well, let's see. Hold on. Ben is rolling some shit. Here we go.
It is getting somewhat closer. You'd feel like it's probably within 30, 40 feet of you.
Okay. She's gonna mention that through the spores, but to Theron especially. It's getting closer to us, even though we're going or tempted to go away from it. All these halls kind of connect, most likely.
Well, if it's a single voice, should we ambush it?
Let's see if we can get eyes on it. She's going to. I don't know if you need to roll stealth for this in particular, but she'll draw her short sword, since Lava Lash. It probably doesn't have a lot of reflective surfaces on it because it's covered in lava. But she's going to fucking use it almost like a mirror around the corner and see if she can see.
You gonna Perseus this? Okay.
She's Perseusing the corner.
All right.
Trying to see if there's a body on the other end of this hallway.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a perception check, and
Okay.
just
Flat
for
for
this
this one?
Flat. Yep. Because you are
No
doing some
problem.
Perseus shit. Give me a second while I get the reveal stuff.
The 27.
27 is awesome. Yeah, you don't see anything around this corner. It's another corner, as a maze, right? No surprise. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna find some
course.
weird ass corners, essentially. But yeah, that's essentially what you're seeing there. Quinn, give me a perception check, please. In the meantime.
Oh Lord. Okay. What is my perception? My perception is shite. Okay. Oh, son de Guadalupe. Goddamn.
Look, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's
quick
not
question,
terrible.
Dennis. Did Flandy ever get a birthday inspiration from you? I don't remember.
I think you did, right? I gave you one. Didn't I give you? If I didn't, you take one.
Yeah, I still have it.
Okay.
Okay.
I am currently also holding on to one that will be used when we inevitably have to save Roll'em.
Take that.
Oh my god. All right. Well, you can give me one too, because you're on that side as well.
Let's go, euphemisms.
I will say while all that's going on, Roland was just with Layrel and doing his best to get his inner sorcerer on and figure out where the fuck Mystra is.
Okay.
Sorcerer?
You know, they feel the weave and shit. Maybe she has some weave still attached to her. We don't know.
Hey.
All right. I can see where he's going with that. Euphemi, you do hear what sounds like a very light dragging of metal on like walls and slithering as well. Not too far from where you are from the west. I'd say within 50 feet or so. Also, I'm pretty sure you're muted, so if you're saying anything,
Yeah,
it might
see,
be in your
what
dream.
had happened was I was trying to do something, and my headphones got tangled with my glasses. So I was basically just like, nah, in the background, trying
Naturally.
to
Oh
so now that I have them untangled and can see and hear now, yeah, she's just gonna open the spores. Marvelous. I said marvelous. We have marvelous approaching from the west. You can hear their swords striking the walls.
We have to keep moving.
Perhaps we move further down the tunnel we've started, and if we must ambush a Minotaur, we shall.
Okay.
Let's come on down this way. If you can, try and consolidate space as much as you can.
I need group stealth checks.
Oh, good.
Whoa there, buddy. You sure you need that from us?
I mean,
Yep.
plus 10 across the board is going to do some heavy lifting.
Yep.
You know what I miss? I miss kill team stealth checks. Those are always
They're fucking
Right,
every
Nanners.
time.
All right, Nanners, question. So
Yes, sir.
normally Quinn makes his stealth rolls at disadvantage, right?
They're flat rolls for you.
Okay, correct.
And that's
okay.
a +10 because of fucking
42.
Quinn, so Katasu got a 42. By the way, I didn't want to roll it for him, so I was like, Dubs, just use your hand and click the mouse. And he did. It's a natural.
Yeah.
He's got the touch. You got the touch.
Jeez. All right.
So wait, why are we getting the plus? I thought it was just the. I thought it was just
Ooh,
Quinn
what do you
and,
want?
It's
Quinn
the
has the
actual
aura-
spell.
the
It's the
aura.
aura. So,
Oh.
yeah, no, it's better than we thought.
Ooh.
I rolled
Okay.
a 12.
All right.
You rolled a 12
For
plus
some
10.
reason, it still rolled this for me at disadvantage.
It's built in because you have heavy armor equipped.
It's okay. So with 12 plus 10 is
22.
22. So I believe that is still the lowest.
I don't have disadvantage, but I rolled the same
Doesn't matter,
thing.
he rolled the same thing.
Okay. Beautiful. Let me get D'Artagnan's. What the fuck is Dart? Goddamn. I have too many NPCs.
You gotta stop living there, man.
I gotta stop living where?
If it's too dark, you gotta stop living there, man. Get out of the void every now and then, man. Join the real world.
Jesus, kid. Love you too, buddy.
For your own good, man. Seriously.
But I like the void. It's cozy. Stealth. Boy, he's not great. It's not great at all.
Quinn, did you roll for your spider? I don't know if he needs to. But...
Oh, yes.
That's a 15 for good old
D'Artagnan?
D'Artagnan. Yep.
Roll 1d20. That one would be at advantage. A 2. Goddamn. Why am I rolling like ass today, guys? 18.
Hey,
there you
we
go.
go.
28 on spider.
God, very nice. Okay. Layrel. You see Layrel do an incantation somewhat quietly, and she doesn't seem to make a sound as she walks. All right. So, where is everybody? Position yourselves, if you don't mind, so I can move the NPCs around you, or if you want them in a specific position, let me know.
I think Rollum's sandwiched between D'Artagnan and Layrel. Probably towards the back.
All right. Zolan.
Katasu and then Zolan.
Just clogging up. So there's a little bit of a clog here. Next week, I'm going to open this map up a little bit more. I realize I scaled it probably too small.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, all right. So if you guys like where you are currently at, we'll continue here. Ravaya, you said you wanted to keep going in that direction, in the eastern direction?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's going to continue Perseusing the corners.
Okay. Roland, Quinn, and Euphemi, one more perception check as well as we do this thing here.
Nanas,
Yes, sir.
did Layrel and Rollum figure anything out?
Libro, figuring. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. Can you propose that
Better?
question again? And I will.
Slightly.
I said there's my perception. I was saying that there's no 10 to that. I didn't toggle off the pass file trace. But they were trying to figure out if they could sense which like they were working together to find Mystra, basically.
Yeah, she says she's getting a lot of interference at the moment, and given that they're suppressing a goddess of magic here, that kind of makes sense. What route was Roland taking?
I almost think he would probably use, like, ask her for like a drop of her blood or something like that, and try and use some of the blood magic that he still knows, like. What
no
is it? The
using blood magic.
Right.
he didn't.
Blood magic 2
He
minutes
didn't.
in. This is why Ryan doesn't trust you to not do so.
Get out of here. It kind of like work with the bloodline thing to see if it, like, the blood won't like start oozing its way towards Mystra, maybe.
Okay.
I don't even know if he could possibly do that, but that's I think probably the route he's going.
Bloodline blood.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right, yeah. Give me a persuasion check because you were asking for this lady's blood for the second time today.
I would love to.
Yes,
Hey, girl, you got blood in that body?
That was a natural 4.
That was a 4.
You got blood in that body.
My charisma is bananas right now because of the fucking antecedent buff.
You see her, she's kind of been, like, she's fighting, like, she's clearly trying to focus and is having trouble doing so. And as your question breaks her reverie, she's, okay, yeah, that's fine. You're gonna have to make a new wound on me. I don't have one open at the moment.
Just a small one, and they're like, if she's like offering anything, he'll just do it the tiniest little, like, we're talking diabetic style finger prick.
Okay, all right. Take a little
Actually,
bit of
I like to make it bleed when I check mine, man. You got to get in there. You need a good sample.
Kit, man, I'm excited to see the blood mage and Shadowrun. You already got it going. All right. So,
Oh my God, I could have diabetic health.
Let's go. All right, focus. You pull the blood out. Give me an Arcana check with this because you're twisting the spell a little bit. The questions you're going to ask, I think, are just going to be based on location rather than like memories.
Yeah, he's trying to like find the nearest kin or something like that. Like that's kind of like the thought that he's pushing through. Like, take me to it.
Okay. Okay.
Arcananas.
So the Arcananas is 29. All right. Let's see this, and you are going to be rolling against.
Man, Foos. Remember how he wasn't going to be using a lot of blood magic in there?
It's the same spell. We're still on the same one. There's no a lot going on. Get out of here. Whoo! You said I'm rolling against that? You suck. Fuck you, Dennis.
I can't believe I rolled a natural 20 on that. I'm so sorry. Dude, I needed a 17 or higher to beat it on me, dude. That's I bet a farm on that.
You bitch. You wrong for that.
You're wrong. Yeah, you could tell that like it started to. You felt the blood begin to kind of pull you in an easterly direction, and then it just kind of spun you around and then dissipated as if something had actively fought it.
All right, Roland's just like trying to scooch, and then I guess we're perceiving now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you already gave me your perception check, didn't you? I think.
We got a 9, a 14, and a 22.
Okay. So the 22. It sounds like D'Artagnan's either sticky shoes or whatever sound he made has caught the attention of whatever was on the west, somewhat cautiously, and it's beginning to kind of slither its way towards you guys.
Is it prestidigitation I can do it? Can I make a noise?
It sounds like it's Marla time.
We're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Also, there was like a good minute where the boys were hunting the wasp. It was flying around the room, and then Dubs and Nubs would both chase us. But Dubs caught it.
Good job, Dubs.
Y'all sure y'all want to start that fight? I mean, it's a wasp.
Hunting with your son, that's adorable.
Roland will just kind of try and help out D'Artagnan and be like,
okay,
get quieter. And then if need be, he'll do his best because it's within range, it says.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says within range. He's just gonna minor illusion a random scream like in a completely far away, like on the others, like trying to get through this wall over here. I can't ping right now for some reason. That way, like through out here somewhere.
It's only 30 feet from you, my guy. So you can only go up there.
All right, well, 30 feet down that way, like.
All right. Okay. Excellent. So scream. So let's see. Are they smart enough?
That literally looks like the path she's gonna have to take to come up to get to us.
Okay.
Well, he's trying to get it behind her if he can. Like I don't know how much information he has as far as where she is, but he's trying to be like, make a scream over there, make it confusing.
You hear the slithering get very, very quick and begin to go in that direction. And that kind of playful metal on the walls has stopped. So whatever you've done there has worked on that side. In addition, Ravaya, you hear, ooh, is that immortal? Can I get there in time? I'll just wait. It's too much work to go up there and play with them.
Awesome. Okay. She's gonna Perseus this corner. If that's the corner, right? On there.
Oh, hold on. Let me. I zoomed out so I can. Yes, sir.
Scooch the gang. Let's go.
Oh, scooch the gang.
Or at least give us control over some.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, I have the wrong. This gang is getting scooched.
Scooch gang.
I accidentally scooch gang. Blandy. Scooch gang Quinn. So next he's ready to the line. Fix whatever order you want. Ravaya, which one are you? I'm sorry, I was zoomed out. I didn't see where you were.
No, you're good. She's just looking down this corner first, and then if it looks good, she's gonna investigate those two.
This corner looks clean.
Over there. Okay. Like, great. Why isn't the ping thing working anymore?
Does it sound like the voice is going in this direction, or can I talk?
The voice is going in. Hold on, I almost revealed that. That would have been terribly.
Close your eyes!
Yeah.
Get down.
It's okay, Ninners. Go off the edge, reveal it.
Where the hell? No. Oh, I can place lights now?
You sure can.
Where the hell is the line tool? God, I'm old man in my face off right now.
It's below the T, above the dice.
It's okay, Ninners. We all own sometime.
This session brought to you by Nenners, IT professional.
I found it. And fuck you. It's coming in this direction.
Oh.
Coming in what direction? Sorry, say it again. This direction? Okay. That direction. All right. The team kind of scooching behind her. She'll say through the spores. Yes. Through the spores. Voices from the northeast. If we can try to avoid it, let's give it a shot. And making sure everybody keeps moving, I guess. Boy. These dang hallways are so tight. I think she's worried.
Yeah,
like,
I'm definitely scaling.
No, you're good. It's just like, if we go down this corner and then halfway through he comes in and fucking clotheslines Layrell, that'll be a problem. Because if we're going down, like the snake is still following, it can hit the rest. You know,
Can
It's
you
kind of a problem.
imagine? Just fucking layer. I was like, la, 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 out of nowhere.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
You'd have to be dying laughing before I helped her. That'd be terrible. All right, so good.
Oh my god. I think she's gonna like poke her head around and just see if she can see what's in that direction. But she wants to go in this direction, but she's gonna stand there and take a look.
I mean, I'll help split focus, and I'll peek around here while you peek around there.
Sounds good.
I think.
I'm gonna keep your.
They're peeking.
They're peeking.
Peeking.
That's the
We're
wrong
sneaking
in.
thing.
I don't know where Maya went, but she should be above Quinn, or just below Quinn.
She's
She's
below.
below Quinn.
Right there.
I don't
exactly
see her.
where you want her to be.
Okay, reload.
I genuinely don't see her.
Right there.
Exactly the location you described.
All right. So with this one, Ravaya, you get a view of this, and as you kind of come around, you see kind of the half of what looks like a very effeminate, ironically, somewhat like very androgynous slash effeminate. What's the one I'm looking for? Valor, maybe? But he's kind of pacing around like, oh man, what to do? And he's just kind of like, and like sometimes caressing a wall, just kind of like clearly bored with himself. But it's just as you peek around, is that one of? Ooh, a hunt. And you see he begins to kind of look in your direction.
There's gonna be a brief moment where Ravia's like, "Am I the smelliest one here?" Because he would probably know from. Anyway, through the spore, she's gonna be like, "All right, he knows we're here. We should anticipate the ambush." She is going to try and position herself here, like a little bit above, so that hopefully if he comes around, he'll be like, "Oh my god!" And then someone from this left side can also check it out. But she's gonna scooch a little bit.
I mean, if we're gonna ambush, then I'm gonna come over here and use boots of levitation to be attacking from above.
Does Roland see Ravia from up here, or does it turn into like a random hallway that's like dimensionally that we can't figure it out?
Okay, hold on. You guys are moving all over the place. Let me. Oh, that's the wrong button, Nenners. Okay, hold on. I got you, man. I got you.
Hey, I can see you from me again.
Yep. Okay, so if you were in there, that's what you saw, Roland. You wouldn't be able to see Ravia because of walls, essentially.
Okay, so shove Laurel down in between Euphemi, and then D'Artagnan in front of Roland. I guess Spider at the end. The Spider's like on the wall next to me. I don't know.
Spider butt caboose. Okay.
I will say,
Spider
as we're
boost.
talking about ambushing, that if we are being approached from the west, it may be better to try and avoid both than get pinched between two at the same time. We may not have a choice. I'm just going to voice that.
Okay. And you said you were going above the wall?
No, not above the wall. I'm assuming the second you said open it, I was like, well, that's just a trap. That's what that is. That's just
gonna go
begging
there and
some
get my
idiot to
laser
fly. No, basically towards the top of the wall.
Okay.
I just want to be above where that person is probably going to have their eyes line.
All right.
So that way,
gotcha.
as they come around, it can be like, surprise!
Karasu is
Right.
doing the same, and he's flying 15 feet above the ground.
Okay.
Oh, good. We can scooch up then. Quinn, get in there. Get underneath God's.
Ravia, you watch as one enormous, like probably like 3 foot long claw, like slowly and somewhat silently scrapes against the stone as he pulls his head around. Oh, it's the princess! What a delight! I don't think you're here with your father, though, so I'm afraid I'm gonna have to capture you. I'd rather not, how do we say, harm you, because I'm sure he'll be upset with me. But, you know, it's just one of those things. So, if you don't mind, I don't know, tying yourself up or something, we can just get this over with.
The fucking stance, the like hips coming out, I was not ready for. that's what kind of got me a little bit.
Is that the lumber pan guy, the caress guy?
We don't know who he is. But yes, as he steps there, I think Ravaya is gonna draw both of her swords and just. I hope you're fast enough to catch me.
You are one of his.
Ryland's going to, or Rollum is going to cast the minor illusion again. 30 feet this way, because that's the way he thinks Ravaya is. And he's gonna like just cast his own voice and be like, you know, it sounds like you don't want to fight or run or chase anybody. You could just let us go for now and deal with one of the other people screaming.
No, the point of an
Minor
ambush.
illusion, you create a sound. You don't get to like say a whole sentence.
It says it could be your voice.
Yeah, but it's like a sound.
I'll let him chain cast cantrips.
You're
That's
good.
fine. Byron, what were you saying?
It's one word each.
It's kind of funny that we're planning an ambush.
It's
and
William
just let
Shatner
him know
style.
that you were here, which kind of goes against the ambush.
He hears Rollum's voice. Is that a giant accent? Oh, you brought friends. It's a party then. Excellent.
Okay.
Which one of you wants to get flayed first? I need everybody to roll initiative. And
We made it around like 4 corners.
Do the
You
spoiler,
planted
I'm gonna
ambush,
say it. Roll them next time. Please shut the fuck up.
Jesus. We're gonna ambush them.
God.
Words.
She at least wanted him to come closer, and then he makes a noise like on the other side. And it's like, God damn it! Just shut the hell
Rollum's
up.
trying to confuse people. He could actually use fucking not invitation
Always-
magic,
always
illusion
a
magic.
delight.
We have to
also-
sit him down and tell him what an ambush is.
Whether or not I agree with your use of minor illusion, I am going to defend you and say the duration is a minute. You can make it say a lot of things in a minute.
Ooh.
yeah, that works.
Yes, no, that is hilarious. That's all good. That's
Anya, shut calf.
that one.
Look at that strong 4,
Jeez.
you guys.
Strong, Rolf. Strong.
That rolls
Yes.
strong AF.
You might want to let me back in the Lord of this club soon. At this rate.
Rough.
Oh god.
Why is everybody rolling 7s?
Great.
Sandy, no, don't die, please.
This is the best ambush ever, guys.
Where the fuck did I put this guy? Oh, there he is.
We
Click
really
on
gotta
his
jump on this one.
token. Yep, there we go.
Oh wow.
Ah, thank goodness. Okay.
Ninja's rolling.
All
right, Okay, that's Theron. Let me just move you up.
I like that you rolled an 11 and are still second. Well, third in turn.
Third. Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh,
right,
Do I roll for Spider or no?
I mean, yeah, he's a gangster, man. He's thrown down with you guys.
Don't forget about Lee Rel.
And D'Artagnan.
Lee Rel
And
is
D'Artagnan.
gonna
That was a
abstain.
120. Okay, D120.
D120.
I was like, what the fuck? I
It's
wouldn't
fun, you gotta
deflect
play
it
the
there for a second.
initiative. Look
There
at
you
the
go.
fight.
Do I have? No, I do not. Time being a nub. Perfect.
Wow.
God damn it, Dart! You're not supposed to beat my bad guy.
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. Awesome. What I'm going to say is I'm going to end it here. We'll come back next week. I will. Well, I need to scale this map up for like. Oh, I need to tweak some things. But
Why did he just go
I mean,
the gate?
Look,
I
man,
think
my
they're
goal was to
faster.
stealth past all the combat, and you went out of your way to make sure there was combat by shouting our presence. So you
That's
get your fight.
Out the gate. Yep.
you get your
Hey,
fight next Friday, man.
It
Okay,
worked
Planny,
on one of the
Planny,
baddies,
I'm with you.
okay?
Did it?
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
Blandy, I'm
Joe,
with you. I want to do some fighting
I
too,
want you
but
to know
we
that
can't. Dude, I
this
can't
is
even tell what fucking
literally
corner
what
we're at
Rose
right now.
does to every rogue that has ever joined this party.
Ah.
Both of y'all talked at the same time. and My brain cannot comprehend. I
Well,
Nobody
I heard what
stopped.
Maya said, and what Maya said was that this is your fault, and you should let rogues be rogues.
Yeah,
We don't
he
have a
does this
rogue.
to every single rogue that joins the group.
You guys,
We don't have a rogue.
Have a
we
rogue.
have 2 rogues.
We
Yes.
don't have a rogue.
You
I'm
had
sorry. Do you want to
Apple's
look
Logan
at the
doesn't
rogue.
have a
stealth rolls
brain,
that were rolled
unfortunately.
earlier? Because there were 2 on just on either side of 40. We had some rogues roguing up in here.
Wait, Nick.
You just can't rogue
all
when
right.
he's in the group.
Oh wait, I think we actually. Oh, we've rated them before, but fuck it, we'll raid them again. Why not? Yeah, we should be back next week. We're off from difficult terrain tomorrow because I'm gonna be on a plane real early. I know. I tried to reschedule, but some people's schedules don't work. No, I'm just kidding. It's good. We'll have a break from that. But I believe next weekend we're back to normal. And then in like 2 or 3 weeks we have a holiday one shot we're gonna be having. It's gonna be fun.
What?
So that's gonna be exciting. But yeah, we're gonna go raid. We are Nerdsmith. We raided them in the past, but we're gonna go do it again. So say hello to them. Nutters, thank you for being awesome and dealing with our shit because Friday energy was turned up to 10. It feels like, but we really appreciate it. And,
I love you guys.
we'll be back later. And thanks for hanging out and stuff and things. Bye.
It's stuff.
To the raid.
Oh.
And